In a world in crisis, can three idiots find hope in the darkest of places? Will love conquer all, or will hate win out in the end? This is a show called Hate.
Hello and welcome to a show called Hate, a podcast in which we explore love, hate, and everything in between in search of greater meaning and perhaps a little perspective. I'm John. I almost said Nick. I almost said I'm John.
I'm Chris.
Oh my
It's
god.
falling apart, yeah?
Oh my god. Oh, we're losing our minds.
All we had to do was hold it together for the intro.
That's
all
all
we had to do.
you had to do there, John.
I'm so sorry.
I'm the only one who's got it together.
And you're
Well, there's
expecting a
reason.
child.
Oh, shit. Yeah.
Oh, I'm tired.
Why are you too tired?
Well, Chris,
Let's pretend I don't already know.
yes, this is a little artifice, which we like to call scene setting.
Sure.
Yes.
We did a big Comic-Con show
Yes.
last time.
Now, what is a Comic-Con?
Let me tell you.
Oh, it's going to be one of those episodes.
yeah,
Okay,
where
roll it back. Yeah.
You hire a hall
Yeah.
and you fill it with
Tat.
Yeah.
and then you sell tickets to weebs. and then
Know your audience.
and then the weebs come, and then we sell our tat to them.
Yeah,
and we
good.
did that.
And then
for-
maybe 5%, if we're lucky, of the greater weeb community decide that
way.
they might come our way. Yeah.
Yeah.
and then 5% of that buy.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then 5% of that might buy again.
Maybe, if we're
Maybe,
lucky.
yeah.
Yeah, probably not though.
Yeah.
It's an issue one scenario.
Octavia's for free. Everybody who came by Octavia was lovely.
There was one guy.
Ooh.
I've
I've heard about this.
I'm just gonna throw him under the bus because I don't care. Because I didn't see him either. Because he was dressed as Deadpool, right? I might be thinking of a different person than who you were
Yeah.
talking
You
about.
told me about a guy who said he didn't care for the art.
Oh, who was that?
Yeah,
No,
someone
oh,
came.
it was
Yeah,
you.
What,
yeah.
to your comic?
I think they were like the most obnoxious person in the world. I think you saw a bit of them.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
I may have been engaged
Yeah.
otherwise because we had so many.
We had a few. I mean, we
So there was more than one in
Yeah.
some way.
Yeah, there was a Deadpool that came over, and rather than it being an actual customer, we were just part of his grand sort of
Oh, I see.
act.
Yeah.
And we were just NPCs in his main character story. And he was like, "What's all this?" And we looked at him, and we went, "Comics that we made." He was like, "I can't read anyway," and then ran off into the night, like cackling, because he thought that was really.
Is
funny.
that a TikTok thing?
Probably?
It's on TikTok somewhere.
Yeah, probably. So anyway, yeah. Well, I'll find that later. It'll
Yeah.
just be me looking bemused. in the background.
Well, you going, for fuck's sake.
Fucking
we were having breakfast one morning
Oh, yes.
on the
It's
central,
usually the time you do have breakfast.
on the central concourse.
Oh,
yes, this
lovely.
guy.
I've been there.
And you have, yes.
It's a
I've been
great
to the
concourse.
Central Concourse.
And would you refer to your event as a kind of ceaseless nightmare?
Not ceaseless because I was allowed to leave.
That's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
But certainly parts of it marry up with that, yeah.
Well, we had an interaction where in the central concourse of the Excel Centre, which is like 900 meters long. I
Yeah.
think I heard about one, and they're extending it.
which is cool.
It might actually hit the whole kilometre.
Oof.
Yeah.
And
Fucking hot in there.
it is
is.
hot. Yeah,
They
you
got
got
an
the North Hall,
open roof.
got the South Hall.
Mm.
You got the central. I'm sorry, you know this. I'm explaining
I know
this for the
this.
benefit of
I
anyone
know
who
this.
hasn't been there.
Big convention centre.
And in this long, thin walkway in the
Middle
middle,
section.
there's like overpriced coffee and overpriced
Yeah.
bagels and overpriced
Pizza
everything,
and
pizza
burgers and
and
all sorts of
burgers
Beer.
and cone snails and battery acid.
All of that.
And,
I went for noodles.
yes,
Not to be confused with the battery acid.
we tend to get like a bagel in the morning.
Oh, yeah.
Bagel.
And then I think actually one morning we're losing it. This one morning
This is. We're not 5 minutes in. I'm looking at the clock.
It's garbage.
This is. Let me tell you.
unlistenable.
Let me tell you, this is fucking horse shit at the moment.
I think the second morning we were obviously like both so tired already that we couldn't quite stomach breakfast.
Sure.
So I think we got a coffee.
Yeah, that was all we
Yeah.
had, I think. Yeah.
And we knew because the second day, well, actually, no, we had a setup day, then day one of the show, then day two of the show. So really our third day.
Yeah.
That's a Saturday, and that's
Sure.
9 a.m. until 7 p.m.
Yeah.
yeah, it's
and
like 18
hell.
hours of weebs.
Nobody needs comics at 7 p.m. on a Saturday.
No.
I'm sorry.
Top to bottom weebs.
I bet some people are still there. Like,
Oh,
it
yeah,
was
to the
round
bit
it,
of red,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah.
In fact, one of our worst interactions was at 7 p.m. on Saturday when we were just trying to leave.
Yeah.
Like somebody did not take the
this
hint.
is the
yeah,
this is the one
that's
you
true.
told me about.
Yeah.
But no, so we're
one.
in the central concourse. There's like there's tables, and then there's like kind of like nipple high walls going around the kind
Build
of,
them nipple high.
Yeah,
That's what
well,
I'm
yeah,
saying.
yeah, and so you can kind of like you can sit and you can kind of there's no peace. You will never have peace at this show.
No.
It's like you're in a room to drink your coffee, but the room only goes up to nipple height. So
But
it's-
if you're sitting down,
Oh, that's awful, isn't
it's
it?
kind of a
it kind of at head height, kind
Yeah.
of. But they're just like weird little half walls to just segregate areas.
Yeah.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So picture it. There's two people, two tired men,
Yeah.
clearly looking haggard.
Yeah.
Having a coffee.
A bit like now.
A bit like now.
Yeah.
Having a coffee, and you're dressed as Darth Maul,
Sure.
Yeah.
and you're not painted, but you are wearing like
Like
a
a
kind
rubber-
of like a
Oh,
rubber
I see.
sock over your head.
Yeah.
Didn't he have glasses on?
Why
I
not?
think over the mask.
I try not to make eye
so
contact.
yeah, I'm afraid I did.
The
Yeah.
fuck is that?
So he's got a
Buy contacts for the costume man.
I know.
Don't put all that effort into a costume and then wear glasses.
Well, he didn't put much effort in, to be fair. He had
Yeah.
a rubber mask on. He
Fine.
could have painted his face.
Could have, yeah.
Yeah, so we're sitting
Put your
there.
contact, and especially Darth Maul. I'm getting into specifics.
Okay, well, we're having a private conversation
Yeah.
behind our little nipple
Behind your
high
nipple
wall,
wall, yeah.
which is
Yeah.
covering us mostly.
Yeah.
We're shielded.
And so
From the mayhem.
Darth Maul
Yeah.
Uh,
glasses Maul.
walks up
Yeah.
on the other side of this divider and chooses
Oh,
in front of two strangers to stop
Mm.
and lean over the wall. So his head, his ghastly latex head, is like kind of directly between the two of us.
Right in there. You know, like
Right.
not just a, like little sort of cheeky arm on the wall kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Right
Right
in
on your
like,
table.
I'm going to show these two.
And
Oh Jesus.
it was we were honestly at a point where I think we normally we'd maybe try and be a bit polite. We'd say something like excuse me,
Who the fuck
could
are you?
not?"
That kind of thing.
But I
yeah.
think we were so tired and just so kind of like we didn't say anything.
We were
Like,
just mouth agape silent.
we just stopped talking and stared at him.
Yeah.
And then he said something. I can't
I think it
remember
was
what he said.
something like, you drink your coffee?
Oh yeah.
So just nothing. Just
Yeah.
literally like the absence of information.
Mm.
And then he just went, don't drink all the coffee. And then that was it.
Yeah.
And then off he went.
He was waiting. He needed. You see, he's what we might call a vampire. He
Yeah.
needs your attention
Yeah.
to thrive.
I see.
Yeah.
And we were so dead. We were giving him
Just
nothing.
and he didn't know what to do.
And honestly, like the silence was just long enough where John, hello, me,
Yeah.
who's normally I feel guilty for existing.
Yeah.
I was about to tell him.
To sod off.
Yeah, no, I probably would have still just used firm language, but
Please leave us alone.
But basically, just like fuck off.
Yeah.
in
In
what are you
layman's
doing?
terms.
And then
Yeah.
he got the hint, but had to deliver his weird punchline because we didn't give him anything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which was what? Don't drink all the coffee.
That was all he said.
That was the punchline.
That was
Aston
basically
accent, yeah.
because he didn't really have
Tough crowd.
anything. Like
No.
he didn't plan ahead. He didn't have a joke. He just had to be.
Sure. You had to say something.
He had to do something.
He's
because
probably
he's the
hoping for a
main
compliment about his outfit.
character. Question mark.
Here's a question.
Here we go.
Yeah.
This is a genuine question. They're all genuine.
this
Why is
show.
it called cosplay
Costume,
instead of just
right?
like dressing up?
Oh, that's a good question. Is it a portmanteau of?
costume and play.
Yeah.
But
I've always found it an odd term.
That's a good point.
I always assumed
hadn't really thought of
that
that.
they wanted to distinguish from dressing up,
Yeah.
which sounds like what kids do.
Sure.
But they're like, well, this isn't childish. This isn't kiddie.
Oh, it is a bit.
This is
Not some of the costumes we've seen.
No?
no.
What do you mean? Sexual?
I mean, when you've got those sorts of bodies, get them out. I guess.
Okay.
I guess
Oh,
that's
yeah.
the.
Yeah.
There were some hot weeps.
If
I'm
you
telling you that.
if you got it.
I mean, we see some very confident
I
people,
haven't got
and they have every right to be confident
Yes,
as well.
indeed.
yeah.
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 But if I worked out that much, I'd want people to see it.
yeah,
Yeah.
sure. Worked out. It's definitely one kind.
Yeah.
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 There's other kinds.
Sure.
Yeah. It's a funny one. It's like it's more about that than anything else. It's like the festival.
Well, I warned Liz to watch out for these overly sexualized people at the Star Wars convention we went to, which is at the same venue.
Yeah.
There weren't that many,
Really.
if any, actually, that I saw.
There was, for example,
You didn't see Darth fuck.
No, see Darth Lay.
for example, Princess Leia's slave layer outfit.
Yeah.
We get a lot of those.
Yeah.
not limited to women either.
No, sure.
Lots of men like to do that.
Yeah. I didn't see any of that.
Really?
Maybe Star Wars is a bit more of a respectful event.
It's about family.
It's about
Isn't
family.
it?
Everything's
Isn't it?
connected.
Yeah,
So
yeah. You wouldn't.
Whereas anything goes at this one. You know,
I can imagine a few kind of Disney executives like ushering the more rowdy ones into
put them in the pen.
Yeah.
Put them in the sin bin.
Yeah.
It's very noisy.
Yeah.
Like you get used to kind of just this background roar.
Yeah, it is a roar. It's like the sea,
Yeah.
but worse.
But no, this
So
is.
they go to like panels and things.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are
they're
there,
just
aren't they?
wandering around
We
otherwise.
don't. Yeah, we don't see a massive because we didn't. Like a couple of years ago when we first show back after COVID, they obviously wanted to go big. You know, get people back out.
Yeah.
You know, and I think their guest of honor was like Tom Hiddleston.
Oh, very good.
Yeah.
Good for them.
The guests weren't quite so big this time.
No, because we're oblivious. We don't. And then we finally look at the.
There's no use looking at me.
We look
get
at the
a
program
program.
on Sunday evening, and we're like, well, what did we miss? And it's not much.
No one.
Yeah, a lot of voice actors.
I tell you who was there?
Mm.
Ivan Ooze.
Was it really?
Yes.
How about that?
Yeah.
After everything we've just done with
Yeah.
this show.
That was the one that actually I was like, hello.
Well, we watched the movie
We did.
after we watched because I was just trying to remember what we commented.
Oh, that's a good point. I
Yes,
don't think we
the
mentioned
listeners
that on
won't
the
have heard
podcast,
that,
have we?
will
Which
they?
was we watched
Power Rangers was what we're
we watched
talking
the
about.
reunion one.
We watched
And
Once and
recorded
Always.
it, but then we watched the movie
Yes,
that
we
weekend.
We
Well,
watched
that was
the
just that was just for us.
1995 Power Rangers movie.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost as a direct comparison to Once and Always
Yes.
to see whether indeed
Yes.
it could be done.
Yeah.
Better than I thought it was going to be. The 1995 Power Rangers movie.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah.
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 Better than the reunion episode, I would say.
Yeah.
On almost every level.
Yeah.
I would say.
But then we had some fun with it.
Yeah, it was a good night.
But we didn't
yeah.
commit it to tape
Yeah.
because I was pissed.
Yeah, message in if you want us to. I don't know if we'll listen. But...
Yeah, no, we didn't record
No
it.
one's gonna
We'd
record
have to
it.
do
No, but we
could do it again.
We have to do it again, yeah.
but
I don't want to watch it again.
I don't want to watch it again.
I wouldn't say that.
No.
Yeah.
Give it another
Okay.
10 years, maybe.
Yeah, okay.
So we did.
Oh, good. I'm glad he was there, though.
Yeah.
He's obviously still doing all right.
Yeah, his other credit was, because they don't list their entire credit, but it was like it was Indiana Jones.
Yes.
Indiana Jones and Power Rangers. Those
Good.
are
Well,
his
that's
credits.
two decent ones.
Yeah.
I wonder
that
how he
kind of
feels about like those two credits being like
Yeah.
His main
name.
ones.
He's probably like I did. The Taming of the Shrew for
for the Royal Shakespeare.
4 seasons.
Yeah.
And they don't mention that, do they?
It's very
It's like,
very highly reviewed.
Well, no,
But
but this one's for the weebs. So.
This
Who's-
was, yeah. It's like that. You remember that episode of Frasier where the actor's name in real life is Derek Jacobi,
Oh yes.
and they remember him as being a good actor in the Shakespeare play when they were kids, but he's famous for being a sci-fi actor. So they find him and put him in a Shakespearean play, and he's fucking awful. And that's the episode. That's what I kind of imagine Ivan Ooze and people like that to be like.
Yeah. They did. It was weird because they had we were looking through all the guests, we were like going down the list and everything, and we're like, okay, that's weird because they only list 2 credits, I was like, oh, this person was in Indiana Jones, and this person was in Indiana
I mean,
Jones.
Yeah, there were a
if
few
you
Indiana Jones.
really drill down, I'm sure most actors have been in something like that in the background or something. It's like again, Star Wars.
Yeah.
People who play bit parts do really well.
Well, that's my point.
They really
By signing shit.
shows,
Yeah, but it would be like if it wasn't a Star Trek event, it'd be like the guy who played Red 4. And the guy,
I mean that's quite a big part.
No, my point is you'd be going down the list and you'd have kind of 5 people. You'd go the guy who played Red 4 and Ewok number 10.
Yeah.
And then it'd be and then having a panel at your event called a Star Wars reunion.
Oh
and
yeah,
and
people do that though.
because I think they did at this event.
This
They
one.
had an Indiana Jones reunion panel,
just
but it was I
side
played
actors.
Nazi 5.
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
It's
yeah.
like
And what was it
going
like
down
on
the
set? Oh, it was
I was
fine.
hardly there actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I only went for 3 days, 25 years ago.
I was there on the C team.
Yeah.
What was it like working with Indiana Jones with Harrison Ford?
Yeah. Oh, I never actually met Harrison,
No, but
but I heard he was wonderful.
I
on
heard
set.
it. I shared a sandwich with his stunt double once,
Yeah.
and he had
and
nothing
she
to
was
say on the matter. But yeah, it's a surreal, nightmarish experience. But God love him. It is fun.
Yeah.
I'd find it incredibly hard work within, I reckon, about 15 minutes.
I think that's the thing, is that not only is the entire experience and the place exhausting just by being there, but then on top of that, we are essentially selling.
Yeah, sure.
So we're behind a table and we're like talking to people and we've got to keep all that energy up. We've got, hey, how you doing? You join the show. You want to check out our books, feel free. You know, this is a story about a guy with a guitar sword. This is the kind of shit we say hundreds of times in a day. And you've got to keep that smile up and all that energy up and everything. And then by the end, I'm just like,
please go away.
Ruined.
I know,
Yeah.
and I don't want people. I don't want people to think that there isn't like some magic in the air.
Oh,
because,
yeah.
Because
there is. And we love going.
I do love it. It's like a glorious nightmare. Like you go there and like you see people who genuinely seem to love your work, and that is it's heartwarming. But it's just it's 4 very long days.
Yeah.
And
then all the driving to and from London and everything as well.
Yeah.
Like, it's heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah. So I've done. So and then of course today it's been a day. Today we've been setting up for UK Games Expo at Birmingham NEC.
It's one of my favourite games expos.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, to be fair, of all the game expos, this one is actually very good.
This one's definitely
It's
in
actually
the
very
UK.
good.
I mean,
yeah.
I'll just believe you. I mean, what am I going to say to that?
You should come on, you have a good time.
Well, you invited me before we came on air, and I did not that politely.
Very
declined.
rudely turned it
Well,
down.
we didn't.
I said no before you'd actually finished the question.
We didn't arrange it far enough in.
I
advance.
actually would have come if I wasn't busy.
Yeah,
That's true.
we'll get you down to one of these things. People want to meet Chris Ray. They want to
do, to
see.
be fair.
Want to,
Oh,
they're
bunch of
always
morons.
asking.
Meet
Has
the man.
anyone at these events heard of the podcast?
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Surely not.
Yeah. Think about the Venn diagram you're drawing here. It's actually smaller than you think. Someone who comes by our table at a show.
Will have heard of. Okay.
Yeah.
We get a few people who obsessively read and listen to and buy everything we
Jesus
make.
Christ.
So they have listened to every episode of a show called Hate.
Oh God.
Yeah, for sure.
It's quite terrifying in a way
Yeah.
I know.
that my name's out there.
I met a
Dealing
chap-
with that fame.
Yeah.
met a chap I haven't seen in a few years. He's a lovely guy, really nice guy. Always enjoy chatting to him.
Yeah.
And he apologised because he said he was like, "Of course, I listen to all your podcasts, so I feel like I know exactly what you're doing with your life."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah, I guess you do."
Yeah.
I have nothing to
Well, we
say.
talk very openly about it.
We
This-
do. We
this
are
po-
quite.
Yeah, this podcast is very much a genuine mirror for our actual lives.
Yeah. The thing this is actually.
This is how we catch up. It's just like I get home and it says, "What's everyone up to?" Oh, you know. This
yeah.
Listen to the podcast, Liz.
Yeah. I actually never remember.
No.
So shall I just go?
No.
Yeah, you'll have to listen
You'll
to
have
it.
to listen.
And this is honestly not. This is not me kind of being. I'm not being droll when I say this, but I'm slightly proud that the podcast has just evolved into this
Us
because I'm just
talking.
like because I honestly think you could go mad trying to be good. You know what I
Oh,
mean? We
yeah.
could be chasing trends. We could be trying to be like a
Just
quote
comes so
unquote
naturally to us.
good podcast, and we're just going like. Actually, fuck it. Let's just try it. Let's just have fun.
I'll be honest with you, John.
yeah.
I have no time to put any effort into this.
That's news.
I
to me.
just
Yeah.
turn up,
Yeah.
having thought of my love and hate,
Yeah,
just
with
about
a beer.
on the way here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought
With
of
a
mine on the
beer,
way here.
I come up. I come here. I talk for an hour and a half, and I go home.
Well, yeah. And
That's the amount of
we're
effort I put into this.
Painfully aware of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't get
mean,
paid, so
No, and
exactly,
you never
no.
will. No. No. And it's important.
it's important that you know that.
Yeah.
It's in your
yeah.
contract.
yeah. Like, you will never be paid. I don't see any problems.
The thing is like you know, there have been episodes where we've put like a modicum of effort in.
Really?
A modicum.
Oh,
of
I
effort
wouldn't
in,
have said
yeah.
that.
Like which one?
That
You're gonna
was
have
a
to
good
write-
one.
Oh, yeah, that one.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to write that down,
Yeah.
John, because I don't remember that.
But also, I want to be very clear. It's been a very punishing 2 weeks, and
It's not over yet.
3 weeks, and we've got a show this weekend and another
Yeah.
show coming up after that.
I came to the house
Yeah.
earlier,
You did.
as I tend to for this
As you tend
podcast.
to,
This
yeah.
podcast.
You were all over the place. I saw you in town on Monday. You were all over the place.
Yeah.
I've heard from Nick. Do you want to do you want to talk about this?
I threw up on Tuesday.
yeah. The
Yeah.
Nick threw up through exhaustion.
I think it was exhaustion. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Like I get back from the show on Sunday night, Monday day. I feel like a rag doll, like brought to life by a voodoo curse, just like flopping about.
Yeah.
But then I get through Monday and I'm like, I'm on the mend. I'm gonna make it.
I'm on the up and up again.
It's all gonna be fine.
I'm not a raggy doll after
Yeah.
all. I'm a real boy.
Yeah.
But Tuesday morning,
I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it.
I'm gonna do it. All gone wrong.
Yeah.
Tuesday was meant to be a day of work. Tuesday started with a hurl,
Yeah.
with a chunky yawn,
Big old her.
and now look
you were like on the Sunday.
Yeah.
Because I generally like.
I lost my mind a little bit on the Sunday.
Yeah, I think I did as well. Because generally, it's tiring, but we get to the end of the day, and I'm like, we'll share the driving going home.
Yeah.
But my eyes got all fucked up. I felt like a bit dizzy. I couldn't focus properly. And Nick very kindly drove all the way home.
I did.
Because I was feeling
What a hero.
I was feeling so rotten.
Yeah.
And then
Next to where the petrol fumes are coming in. Yeah.
but we were
I filled up his water bottle.
but we were saying goodbye on like Sunday evening, and Nick was like, "Yeah, I've got work to do. I'm going to go into the studio tomorrow." He's like, "But I might have a lie-in. I might go in after lunch."
That was a confident choice.
Yeah, no chance.
Didn't go in at all on Monday.
I walked into town with Lucy, literally like a triage patient being like walked off the battlefield. Like I was like stumbling.
Yeah.
Lucy was guiding me. We sat in a cafe for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
Drinking coffee.
Well, I was in town.
Yes, we bumped into you.
Shopping, and I bumped into you.
I felt awful.
Almost literally bumped into you. I think
I felt horrendous.
Yeah,
and then
Liz asked me afterwards. I said, "Oh, I saw John and Lucy. Oh, how were they?" I said, "John looked fucking knackered."
And then you had a day of like doing stuff on Monday.
Yes, I also walked into town insanely for some reason.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. I was like, I felt I was tired, but I was like, I'm doing all right. I think I'm doing okay.
I'm going to be fine.
And then I had to stay up late Monday night because I was doing another podcast.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He was being
another
interviewed.
podcast.
I was being interviewed on another podcast.
Oh, very good.
Yeah. And don't know why I decided to do that night, but hey, I planned that.
Got through it
a long time ago.
So who the
no,
fuck knows?
no one can see what you look like on the podcast.
And then that was done at 11. Actually, they could because they were filming this.
Oh,
which
shit.
is really bad. Yeah, that's a YouTube video. Now.
Oh no,
that'll last forever.
Yeah, that's just out there now.
Yeah, and then Tuesday morning,
Yeah.
messy.
At least it didn't happen while you were recording.
Yeah, that's true.
That's
That'd been
silver
bad.
lining.
But you then spent Tuesday in bed
Yes.
doing work.
But I did do work. I had a
Yeah.
laptop with me and I was doing some admin bits.
Very good.
While feeling gross.
God,
Yeah.
it's great being your own boss.
It does sound,
It's
yeah, it does
magical,
sound very worthwhile.
Yeah.
And now we're back on it.
I mean, I feel pretty decent right this moment.
Yeah.
I slept really
Yeah.
well last night.
Good.
I don't wish to alarm you. I've already finished my
Well, you-
Krombacher pills.
Yeah, lovely. A nice.
I know.
Where was this from? The local shop.
Mit Fesquelwasser gebraut.
The back label is in. I don't even know what language.
It says at the top there, Krombacher Private Brauerei.
It's always going to be something like bottled in Durham or something
Yeah.
like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Hull.
No, this actually looks at the.
There is like a Rosetta Stone style script on the back though.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
which
actually
is
looks fairly legit. Yeah, it might actually be exotic.
So where is it from? Italy.
Oh wait, here we go. Imported into What the hell? Imported into New Zealand by.
But we're not in New Zealand, John.
We're at the other
No,
end.
where the fuck is this beer come from?
We're at the other end.
It's a good beer. Anyway, it's gone.
Germany,
now.
I think.
There are more beers here. I bought you a beer.
Oh,
Beers
thank
here.
you. Well, you know what? John needs his medicine.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you by the way. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty good now. Only worry is UK Games Expo.
Yeah.
This
It's
is in many ways
different-
more taxing.
It's a different kind of energy,
Yes.
but we're
How
gonna-
will it differ? Apart
You've
from
gotta
it being
play.
about game.
Yeah.
You've got to play with
Fucking
people.
hell.
yeah.
That's how you sell a game.
MCM is like you've got to stand for 3 days and talk, and this one is like I'm
You've got
going
to concentrate.
I'm going to concentrate, and I'm going to be playing games. And I'm going to be a lot of talking.
Are you going to be playing just your games?
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. They'll come to the table. They'll play it with us.
And those games will be Sandwich Masters.
It'll be sandwich. I will.
Yeah, but you can't play Colossal because it's a solo.
But
German
you could
game.
demo it, I guess.
Kind of.
You can talk
Yeah.
about it.
He's
talk
wise
about
like
it.
this.
Yeah.
So,
I made a game that I don't have to play.
What are the? Is that it?
No,
That's
that's
it.
the
Sandwich
point.
Masters.
Yeah,
We're
right.
essentially running a daycare.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
basically, yeah.
And while you're playing, you kind of have to keep selling the game.
Sure.
So it's
Yeah.
like you kind of explain the rules, and then you're playing, and then you're like, "Ha! You've got a health inspector. Watch out!"
What's the conversion ratio percentage of people who play the game to people who buy the game?
Pretty high.
Typically,
Is it?
if
Yeah.
they
That's
play,
good.
they buy, which
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
really, really cool.
Yeah.
If
Oh
they,
no, it's great. Don't get me wrong.
if they opt not to play, it could be, they could decide.
don't know,
not-
yeah.
Yeah.
But typically when they play, they buy it, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
That's
no,
good.
it is pretty badass. And
Sells
like
itself quite
compared
well.
to like London, which is pretty punishing just existing. You know, this is
The best thing about this show is that because it's Birmingham, it's just up the road.
Yeah.
So we get to come home in the evening.
That's nice.
And sleep in our own bed.
Yes.
Which I think makes
That
a big
helps.
difference.
Yeah. The only shitter is you got to contend with the M42 every morning.
Well,
getting in and out.
I've been to shows at the NEC, and getting in and out is a pain in the ass.
It's always a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Didn't we watch Flight of the Conchords at the NEC?
We certainly did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There
We
you go.
did.
When we left MegaCon back in March, which was a mediocre show at the NEC, as we were leaving, Elton John was getting ready to
He's a
do.
prick, isn't
He
he?
was
Do
there.
his
He
fair
was in
play.
high vis.
He's a wanker.
I'll
Elton
tell you
John.
what. Tell you
Good
what though.
songs.
Tell you what though. Can write a song.
Don't camera song.
Why is he a wanker? Tell me
Oh,
more.
he just is. He's nasty.
Oh,
Is he? I honestly don't know.
I don't know.
He did a gig at King's Home, which is our local stadium, rugby stadium.
I think I know this one.
And he just had a right go at like a not that it matters that she was a female steward, but she was a steward.
Oh.
And she got very upset, and he like brought her on stage and was like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." And all. He comes across very badly when he's not, even when he is on stage sometimes. And certainly when he's not on stage.
Do you remember?
But he does write good songs.
He does
and
write
he is a
good
performer.
songs.
Do you remember? I think I want to say like around the year 2000.
Oh, yes.
Elton John was very briefly the face of Royal Mail
Yeah,
in the UK.
I do remember that.
Was he?
Yes, and there's an advert where in his mansion he gets delivered a ton of presents, and there's a bit where he goes, "You know me, I like nice things," and
They played off his reputation for being a wanker by making him super nice.
Yes.
I think was the
But
gambit.
my point is that Larry, our mutual friend Larry, for years he made me the only person who remember this ad. He would constantly quote, "You know me, I like nice things." He's probably forgotten about that.
Yeah.
If he's got any decency.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what
NEC, Elton John.
What have you been up to, Chris Ray? Back in
Um,
Normalsville.
What have I been up to? Not a lot the last 2 weeks. What have I been? I went to. Where did I go? Oh no, I've been back from Cornwall since the last time I saw
have,
you.
yeah.
You have.
In fact, we recorded this the day I got back from Cornwall.
And your love/hate was something to do with.
Oh, I don't remember what I said.
No, I can't remember either. No.
Not a lot, if I'm honest with you.
This is lovely. I'm like, tell me a tale.
Yeah.
Tell me a tale of normal land. What happened?
Bank holiday.
Been to
Didn't
the
do-
pub?
Been to the pub.
Oh,
You better believe I've been to the pub. Woo! Not loads,
That's fine.
cool.
which is fine.
God, it sounds magical.
I'm all right with it.
I wish I'd done not loads.
Yeah, not loads.
Not loads. Cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got nothing for you, John.
Oh, it's all right.
If
No,
I'm honest with
no,
you.
honestly, hearing that somebody has done nothing is lovely.
Yeah.
'cause
That about wraps it up
I'm
for
dying
today, I think.
over it.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what I've done with my last 2 weeks. I don't think it's important.
No, I don't think it is.
I don't think it's
really.
important.
Right, I guess we should get to the meat of this
yes.
grim charade. Who's got a hate?
I've got him.
Go on.
Here we go. Here we go.
We talked last episode about 5G
Yes.
and how it's coming for all of us.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we all had a good laugh about
Oh,
how
God.
silly that all is.
This is going to upset me. 'cause
What a
there's
conspiracy
giant,
theory that is.
massive pole coming to my street.
Well, I think I've got my own. I think I found my conspiracy theory. Finally, I found Nick Angel's conspiracy.
Oh, this is where.
Oh.
This is where.
And I think it is. The musical instrument, the theremin?
Yes.
I don't think that's real. I don't think it's fucking real.
What do you mean?
I think they're all liars, and I think everyone who uses a theremin is an actor. And I think the noise that's generated
Yeah.
and the action that they do are completely unrelated. And I don't want either of you to tell me right now that you've played with a theremin, because that's going to fuck with my whole
I
fucking
haven't. No,
piece.
I haven't.
Exactly. No one
haven't.
has.
Yeah.
No one fucking has.
You familiar with a theremin?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
It's not real.
Right.
How can it be real?
Okay,
When I touch
my
my
first question.
Okay,
You have a
before we get
question.
there,
You have-
let's keep you a question.
Yeah, I'll keep the
But
question.
can we just say, for assuming somebody listening is not familiar with a theremin,
Sure, okay,
just
fine.
describe
Oh, right,
the
yeah,
lie.
right.
Describe what
Okay,
it claims
so it's a
to be.
made-up instrument, right?
Yeah, sure.
It looks like a wooden box, which is the
Yeah.
first part of the bullshit, right?
Yeah.
Because it makes a very sci-fi sort of sound, but it's a
Yeah.
wooden box. How does that make it? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right. So you've got a wooden box, and then it's got like a stick that sticks
Yeah.
up out of that box.
Sure,
right?
yeah.
Like a metal pole.
Gotta have a stick.
Antenna.
Maybe it bends a bit. I can't remember. I don't care.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter, I don't think, because it's all made up, right? So it's box,
It
stick,
could look like anything,
sticking
couldn't
up, right? And then that box is like on a tripod or something. So it's like up at like nipple height.
Nipple height.
Everything's
Nipple height.
Everything's
Yeah,
nipple
yeah.
height. We'll build it nipple height.
And then, here's the wild part, right?
Okay.
Fucking sit down, listen up, right? They just wave their hands around it, right?
Yeah.
And you bring your hand like near the metal pole, it goes you like that, and then you move it away, it goes like that.
Yeah.
And then you get this other hand,
Yeah.
and the other hand's like going up and down.
Yeah.
And it's like sometimes they do like they make a little beak.
Yeah.
with their hand, right? A little beak shape.
Yeah.
And then it's like they're pinching something. It's like they're pinching a nipple. Right? Yeah. And then so one hand's going in and out closer to the pole, and then the nipple hand is going up and down, and that's modulating the sound. Sure it is. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
So they're like
Now,
like this with the nipple hand.
this isn't my question I was thinking of originally. This is a different question.
2 questions.
Can I go?
Yeah.
I'll go with that one.
Go now.
My follow-up question to what you've just said, isn't Doctor Who played with the theremin?
That's what they say, isn't it? That's what they say.
Yeah.
I believe you. Yes.
Is that right?
Yes. Yeah, you're correct.
Maybe it is.
Yeah, you're correct.
The Doctor Who theme was created by the Radiophonics.
I was about to ask what the most famous tune would be that's been played by that instrument, but I think it probably is.
Whether
that.
or not it actually is played by a theremin, truly madly
Well,
deeply,
here's the debate.
it sounds the fuck like a theremin.
Yeah.
But here's my thesis.
How do you spell theremin?
Theremin.
That makes sense.
Like there.
That computes.
Min.
Theremin.
Here's my thesis.
go.
There's no such fucking thing as a theremin.
Yeah.
Right? That sound, you
Yeah.
could just make it with a synthesizer or maybe by, I don't know, you put grass between your thumbs and then blow through it like,
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
Could be that.
Could be that.
Could be that in a machine.
Yeah.
You just twiddle the knobs. And then
Yeah.
they'll do that behind the scenes. And then if someone comes out and goes, yeah, that's a theremin, bro.
But what scenes?
But well, exactly.
What if I had one here now?
You can't.
Okay.
I bet if you tried to buy one, you'd fail somehow.
I couldn't afford that.
Okay, so my
Especially
question...
if it doesn't exist.
Did you get both your questions out? By the
No,
way?
my other question was where does the sound come from? But
Exactly.
I feel like
Well, I think
that
it probably
plays into the conspiracy.
It looks like it has an aux line out kind of thing, kind of like electric guitar, right? Electric guitar makes fuck all noise when it's not powered.
Would it not like be pressing a button on a keyboard and like an automatic tune comes out?
But this
does it
is
not have to
exactly right.
equate to something?
I believe the science is meant to be...
Tell me the science.
It's meant to be that there is an electronic field being generated,
Yeah.
Sounds like
and
some
that
Star Trek bullshit.
the insertion of your finger
Yeah.
at a point in that field is interrupting it,
Sure.
which causes a tone to emit. Maybe the box has got a speaker, or maybe it's
An
just
amplifier or
resonance of
Yeah.
the stick. I don't know.
Okay.
Here's the thing. I believe scientifically that could be possible.
Okay.
Right? I'm not against the technology.
Yeah.
I just
don't think
I
they've
just
done
don't think
it.
the theremin's real.
Don't think they've done it.
I've tried to watch performances. The
Yeah.
reason I bring this up is because I saw a performance recently. I think I saw
Okay.
it on TikTok. It's always TikTok, isn't it?
It's always TikTok.
But I think I saw a performance
Theremin
of someone
talk.
playing. Yeah,
Yeah,
theremin.
I'm really big in theremin,
Theremin
talk.
talk.
Yeah.
And this is it. Like, I think they are quite expensive, so not many people have theremin.
Okay.
Plural.
Theremin.
And this guy was playing a tune on his theremin.
For
Sure.
the benefit of the listener, Nick is making sarcastic air quotes.
There are a
quotes,
lot of
yeah.
air quotes.
And,
going on.
and the tune just didn't seem to line up in any way at all with what he was doing with his hands. And I've always had my suspicions, because I've never been even in the room with a theremin.
Are we sure
No.
it wasn't just one liar? Like that was because I can't imagine there's a liar on TikTok, but because that one
I think
per-
they vet people for that kind of thing.
I hear Elon Musk checks each
Yeah,
and every
checks
one of
every-
them.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
they check them all. Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
Before
very
they
good.
go-
They're
before
very
they
good
go
on
live on the
TikTok.
internet,
They're
yeah.
very good with that sort of control.
Yeah,
Could be one liar.
sure, could be one liar.
Here's a big wrinkle in my fucking theory.
Yeah.
Bill Bailey plays the theremin.
He does.
And I don't believe Bill Bailey would lie to me. I
Yeah.
don't think.
Yeah, so I guess my question to you is,
Here we go.
what is lacking in your life that you need to
come after.
that you need to believe in this grand conspiracy?
Maybe the same thing that's lacking in anyone's life that believes in a conspiracy. Like,
Yeah.
flat Earth, moon landings fake, 5G.
Yeah.
There's a big hole, and I finally found mine. I finally found my big
Yeah.
hole, and it's
You-
going to be filled.
You were climbing the Tower of Reason.
Yeah.
And you found
fell off.
you fell off. You found a precipice you couldn't span.
I
Yeah.
cannot. My brain just cannot believe. I think it
How-
might be a big lie.
What if you could see what was happening? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's
No.
like you're just seeing a box and a antenna
Indeed.
Yeah.
and air.
Yes.
What if you could see like some blue lights or something that showed you? Hey,
What,
Nick.
little lights that glowed on the box, or
Or
what are
like
you talking about?
like a force field.
If I could see the force
If you
field.
could
Yeah,
see
if
the-
it gave you some goggles,
Yeah.
you could see. Live.
Okay.
What if you
Yeah.
could see it?
Maybe.
Maybe that's
Yeah.
why.
I
that
might
you can't-
start to suspect the goggles though.
Have you ever considered? Oh man, if only there was a way of like finding videos online, like really easily, like a way of just going like, I'm like, if I was like a magical website where I could go like, how does a theremin work?
There's no point, John. There's no point.
Yeah,
Because that would be a lie. Probably.
Yeah, it would all be a lie.
That would
yeah.
be part of the greater conspiracy.
That's all
I think.
CGI.
So that's probably a
Recreated
CGI.
through CGI.
Are there other electronic instruments that you're skeptical of?
That I don't believe in.
Yeah.
No. It's just
No,
this one.
never seen a stylophone.
I had a stylophone, so I
Okay.
believe that works.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
No, I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
The beauty of a stylophone, right?
What is a
that
stylophone?
Oh, Rolf Harris could play on. Oh,
That's
no.
an unfortunate part of it. I don't play with mine anymore. I swear. You're right.
It's a tiny piano that you can hold in your hand with a pen,
Like a stylus.
and the pen is on a cable. And when you run the pen across the keys, it makes a kind of.
I have no recollection of this.
It's
Really?
a weird. This is it's well.
Quite a famous instrument.
I say
the
I
name
say
rings
it's
a
re-
bell.
I say it's
The
a
name-
real thing.
Yeah.
But Nick might be skeptical.
The
No, I
name rings
believe
a bell,
in
but
that
I have no recollection. I would
Yeah.
not have guessed that.
That one, right? There's a cable
Yes.
that links the stylus back to the unit.
Yeah.
And then, excuse me,
Pardon.
when you touch a key, it completes the circuit, from what I understand.
Yeah.
That all makes perfect sense. to
My
me.
concern here is that you don't believe what you can't see,
Maybe.
and you can't because you can't see these
There's,
tunes
I believe
being made.
that I am
I
capable
believe.
of believing in things I can't see.
Yes.
The problem is, I think that these people.
What's a
are
good
all
example
liars.
of something you believe in that you can't see?
It's a good radio waves. How about that?
Yeah, like in
Now
like
don't
in
say.
theremin.
No, don't.
It's a lot like a theremin, isn't it? Yeah.
Don't.
Yeah.
Don't. See,
Yeah.
yeah.
Noise being transferred invisibly.
Yeah.
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 I mean, we are recording a podcast right now. Which is the living definition of that.
Yeah, it's not on air though. It's not live, so it's
Where
fine.
is I need that app, that really popular app, Find My Nearest Theremin.
Yeah.
Like I want to take you to a theremin. I
Oh
want
yeah, no, I'm
get thee to
happy
church.
to be proved wrong. He
Yeah.
said, knowing full well that you can't get me to a theremin. You'll try, but I don't think you can get me to
How
one.
much do theremins retail at?
Oh, I imagine a lot.
Yeah.
Is it thermite
I
or
would-
theremins?
Yeah.
Theramite?
But
Yeah.
you like all kinds of weird electronic shit.
I know,
You know.
and I want to like it, but I think maybe this is where the
Yeah.
problem is that I feel betrayed by the theremin because I think that I think it would be cool if it was this sci-fi like fantasy instrument.
Yeah.
But I'm just not sure.
Why
I'm just
aren't
not sure.
there more instruments like that?
I don't know.
Why did they stop there?
Because it's made up.
Well,
Yeah.
What's the? But no. I think it's an interesting point.
Yes.
It's an interesting point.
I think so.
Like why? Like it's very rare that someone invents a new instrument.
That's true.
It's like we've invented all of them.
I don't think anyone invents anything anymore.
That's a bold claim. This
I
is your
I
conspiracy
think
theory.
yeah,
That's
because everything is an evolution of something
Oh.
rather than an invention, isn't it?
at that.
Really?
Yeah.
What's the latest new thing
I'm
that's
going
been invented?
to say something very condescending now.
Thank you.
Occasionally,
Occasionally.
you say something deeply profound.
Yeah.
And I mean
That's
this.
because of all the
Yeah.
preparation I do for
Yeah.
this.
You do a lot of work for this show. We don't actually credit you.
Nobody-
I spend 6 hours every morning preparing for
Nobody
this.
invents, and that's
That's true, though,
genuinely
isn't it?
quite
I
interesting.
don't think there's anything uniquely new that's come out in the last 20 years.
Yeah.
Isn't
It's
it
a fair
interesting
point.
how there was a time before the piano, and then someone made the piano out of fucking thin air?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, you know what I need? I need a key.
That's what I
bass.
mean. A piano, sorry, is an invention.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is something.
And like the piano is based on nothing. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like the piano is just so fundamentally a piano.
It's just a new thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think you're right about like how can there be a new instrument, right?
Yeah.
Because it's like a new color. We already have the full spectrum that loops back around on itself. There's
Sure.
no space for a new color. Where would it go?
Yeah.
It would already be mixed between somewhere. with the
Man,
other colour.
imagine if they found a new color.
It'd be pretty sweet.
That'd be
wouldn't
great.
it?
I am kind of fascinated by this. Like I used to play the cello once upon a time.
Oh,
and
fancy boy.
And the cello, its full name is a violoncello,
Oh.
Oh.
and it's part of the violin family.
Oh, because it's all about family.
Yeah, and you'd always have.
It's about family.
It's really
that's what makes
it's
it
a lot
special.
like Fast X
It's
now
a
in
lot like
cinemas.
Fast
yeah.
X, yeah.
But no, and
Not sponsored.
the,
Fast 100.
and the double bass.
Mm.
You might look at it and go, "That's a very big cello,"
That's a huge violin.
and I'd be like, "No, dickhead,
No.
it's not."
It's rude.
And I think
That
this
is rude.
this is genuinely fascinating. The double bass is the last surviving member of a dead family of instruments.
Why
the
did they
double,
die?
The double place you play with your fingers rather than a bow.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
difference, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did they die? How do
don't-
instruments die?
Oh, well, it's a fascinating. Yeah, so basically, it's called the viol family, and it's the only surviving member. And there are
So
others.
what were the other members?
I don't know.
We should know
It
that
does
out.
make you wonder. Is there a single bass?
Oh,
Yeah.
It's very bass.
So they just call that a bass. Yeah.
Just a bass.
I'm all about the bass.
Yeah. No treble. That's what I hear.
But
No
maybe,
treble bass.
maybe everything you're saying here plays perfectly into my conspiracy theory.
Sure.
In a way.
Because
Yeah, why not? Everything
Because-
everything confirms what I want
Yeah.
to believe.
Yeah,
That's fine.
exactly.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
the beauty of this. Is why it's so fun to finally have
Yeah,
one.
yeah,
This is what
yeah.
kind of what I've
Just
been
bring it
wanting
all
this
back,
whole time.
yeah.
Right? I'm enjoying this hate actually quite a lot. Like, because
This is educational.
if there's no space for a new instrument, then you just have to make one up.
Oh, you've got to lie, is what
Yeah,
you're
you've got to
saying, yeah.
lie. Because, like, it's not especially believable, really, is it? Not really.
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I believe in 1,000 impossible things every day, and the theremin doesn't take up enough brain energy to make me concerned.
Give it time, it will.
This is the most I've ever thought about it.
Yeah, well, exactly.
In my whole life.
Maybe you should start thinking about it.
I am. One thing I will give you is
Here we go.
I kind of, it feels like any electronic sound couldn't have existed before like 1984.
That's probably true.
So it is fascinating to me when you get like, the Victorians were inventing like, you've got Monsieur Skrillex, and he's like,
Yeah.
Madame, let me rip some shit. It's 1898.
I think like the advent of the electronic instrument is kind of like, in a way, they're all kind of the same, because you could put an effects pedal on a guitar and make it sound like anything.
Yes.
Because
Yeah.
once it's just sound modulation, then you
Yes,
could probably
indeed.
make, say, an electric guitar sound like a theremin if you wanted to.
You probably could,
Yeah.
yeah.
You could maybe create the sound of a theremin in any myriad number of ways.
Would you believe in it then because you can see the strings?
Yeah, I reckon so.
Well,
If this is the thing, it's like direct action and then sound, right? So you twang a string and you get a pew of
Yeah.
some kind.
Well, I remember in physics, I did A-level physics, and
Ooh,
we had like
with his cello.
Someone's doing all right.
Taking your cello to physics.
you get like
it's time for me to do my physics.
double bass to physics.
I sure hope I don't get bullied.
Did you know it's the last surviving member of the viola family?
Bam!
Bam! Get him! I've got him.
Break the cello.
Oh, sorry.
I love the idea.
I'd hit you with my bow, but a double bass. You don't have fingers.
I love the idea, but I'm a fancy young lord getting bullied, and you're the one kid at the back of a group of bullies just like, break the cello. It's like say,
I don't get involved in the physical. Break. Hey.
And everyone just goes, yeah.
Hey,
All
Mickey
right.
Onions. Mickey Onions.
all right,
Break the cello.
Mickey Onion.
all right, nerd, you're on your way to orchestra practice. Break the cello.
Yeah.
That's me.
Let's break the cello.
Let's all break the cello.
I wish I had some idea of what to do in this situation. I'm running out of ideas as a bully.
Break the cello.
Oh, fuck yeah. I've got to break that cello.
God, thank God I was there.
Yeah.
It's the only instrument that came with its very own javelin. If you
Oh,
really
the
want-
spike at the
Yeah, if
bottom.
you really want to hurt someone.
Oh, yeah.
That's good.
Anyway,
you said you went to physics.
Yeah, so in physics, they'd had all this equipment which was like issued by the government, which was like, very safe, like school issue. And we had an oscillator.
Oh, yeah.
And you've literally just reminding me, it was like an orange brick. Like you plug it into the main power and had a little dial, you could crank it to alternate the hertz or whatever.
Yeah.
And you just turn it on, you just make a tone.
Yeah.
Like from nothing. And I vividly remember you could literally play like God Save the Queen on it by like
Twiddling a knob.
Yeah. Music from a weird electronic device. That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're twiddling a knob, John.
Twiddling a knob.
You're not waving your hands.
Yeah.
Not waving.
But I can't really see where that noise is coming from. There's no speaker.
No, but I
or-
think that's maybe playing into my non-belief in the theremin.
Oh,
Is that-
sure.
is-
So once again, what I just brought up has confirmed.
Once again,
Yeah,
it's
your
brilliant, actually.
bullshit
It's
belief,
amazing
yeah.
how
Yeah.
well everything you say helps
It's
me.
confirming
It's really,
your-
it's
yeah.
really good. Because you can just kind of make electronic sound apropos of anything,
Yeah.
which I think counts against.
Okay, right. Okay,
Yeah.
give it a moment.
Let me
I'll
think
give him enough rope.
No, give me a second. No, I'll work this out. No, it's fine.
Yeah.
There's no reason why I should believe that it's anything to do with the hand waving when I
Sure.
know that you can just make a sound by twiddling a knob. This is what I'm getting at.
Sure.
But then,
So
right.
Okay.
Let's assume. Right. Let's go with this theory.
Let's
for a
go with
minute.
it.
Okay.
Everything is like already pre-recorded.
I guess so. I'm thinking on my feet here.
But then you have to pre-record so many variations of this sound.
No, this is my issue. Is
What
that
do you mean no?
No, because it's all just fixed.
Sure.
They just recorded it months ago.
Yeah.
So it's locked in time.
Okay.
And then a guy just waves his hands around.
So they go like, okay,
Yeah, but then
you sir.
but then it depends how long he's waving it around. No?
Yeah.
This is why, I mean, it looks like shit.
So we go like,
because he's
so
constantly fucking
you
it up.
sir in the third row.
Play for exactly 19 seconds.
Yeah, you come up at the audience, sir.
Yeah.
Give the theremin a try.
Yeah.
Any tune you can imagine.
Yeah.
And it's pre-recorded.
And
Yeah.
it's always Mary had a little laugh.
They'll never invite someone out of the crowd. Because that would give it away.
So you're
Yeah.
saying a randomer has never approached the theremin and
Never.
moved their hands? Yeah.
I have not seen a video of that,
No.
which
Yeah.
probably means it's not real.
Sure.
Or doesn't exist.
I'll say, just on this note, ignoring your nonsense for a moment.
Well,
yeah,
you'll come round.
I talking about weird old instruments. I am fascinated by like these ancient electronica devices. Like the Victorians were almost on the cusp of, kind of fucking dubstep. And
Fucking dubstep.
there's an instrument called the Ondes Martenot.
Is this the one that's like glass and water?
No, but that's very cool.
Yeah, yeah.
No, the Ondes Martenot.
Is this the next one you got after the cello?
Yeah.
You took it to physics.
Break his arms, Martinet!
Oh gosh, that was a rough week. No one will bully me now. Got my Ondes.
Well, I'm glad I've got all that bullying out of the way.
It's not going to happen twice. Lightning never strikes twice.
It's a new term for John.
A new term, a new opportunity.
Turning this one around.
It's going to be a good year for me. I'm going to take my Ondes Martinet to physics class.
Oh no.
No, not the Ondes Martinet.
Break the Ondes Martinet.
Yeah, I still don't know. Doesn't matter, break it.
It's probably not real.
I'll just break it anyway.
The Ondes. Break the Ondes Martinet.
Break it.
What are we gonna do?
If only we had an idea. I just love the idea of this weedy kid popping up at the back going, break the Ondes Martinet.
I'm happy to play that role.
No, the Ondes Martinet. It looks like
just a funny name.
it looks like a piano.
Okay.
But you can the whole keyboard wobbles.
Oh.
So you can vibrato the
You can
notes.
vibrato it,
Oh.
and literally, this sounds like a joke. Under the keyboard is a box, the Boîte Diabolique, if you will.
And make sure to get the Boîte Diabolique.
Smash it.
Smash it. Stamp on it.
And in the box is a metal ring suspended on a cable, and if you put your finger in the ring, you can bend and twist.
Oh, like pitch bend?
Yeah, and bend and twist the cable to make the old.
So it's like electronic music, but analog, like
Yeah,
physical.
yeah.
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 I believe in that.
Yeah, he believes in that.
I believe,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
I can touch it.
He'll
Yeah.
believe
I
in
mean, I've
anything.
never touched an Ondes Martinet in my life, and
but
I never will.
I've never heard of
He'll
that.
believe in anything you can smash to gain curry,
Yeah. Yeah.
curry favour with the bullies. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
What if? Oh, here's a scenario.
Here
then.
we go.
Say, what's your name? John.
Hello.
I nearly said Martin.
I nearly said Martin.
First time for everything.
Where did that come from?
What if Martin over here?
What if Martin? Oh, sure.
Yeah, okay,
why
what if
not?
Martin?
Why not? Say
Yeah.
Martin anyway. Brought in a
Pure mine. Classic mine.
theremin,
Yeah, sure.
and then you go break the theremin, and then you go, we can't. It doesn't exist.
Exactly.
What would you do then?
Yeah.
Or you
Oh, it's not even here.
or they
Yeah.
pick up the theremin to smash and it goes like whoa.
They go, I,
Yeah, 'cause
can't, I can't find a theremin. All I got is this fucking box with an antenna sticking out of it. Oh, sounds great. That's another pre-recorded piece.
Yeah, probably.
A single tear rolls down your cheek.
The most beautiful song I've ever heard. Symphony. Oh,
Oh dear.
maybe it is real. I don't know.
I mean, it is.
I've got nothing.
I've got a hate.
Go on.
I'm feeling.
It's a real instrument. Google it.
Just the best couple of words. Oh my god. Yeah, sure, go on.
Smash it, yeah. I hate AI generated background
Oh
art.
god.
Background art specifically.
This is the hot new bullshit which has
Yeah.
grabbed the internet this past week.
Is this for people?
What?
I'm going to predict what this is.
Okay, guess.
If that's all right.
Yeah. This is for people who draw, let's say, comics.
No.
Okay,
You're
but
wrong.
humour me.
Yeah.
I've got
is
that
for
bit
people-
wrong, but I'll keep going.
Okay, we're already wrong, but you
No, this is for
continue,
people who
yeah.
draw foregrounds.
No.
That, my right. Well, I'll tell you what I was thinking. If it's
Sure,
wrong,
sure.
fine. I'm pretty sure it's right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
It's for people because I remember when I used to draw comics as a child.
Sure.
I could never be asked to draw the background because who cares?
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah,
I'm
indeed.
imagining an AI generated background that someone then puts a.
Oh no! Is it?
Foreground on.
Is it? I've got theory too. Is it when you have an image and then you extend the image to create what was around that image,
Yes.
but you never had that before?
Yes.
Right. Yes. Generative fill. I think
Oh, I
it's called.
see.
Yeah.
I
Photoshop
understand.
does it.
So
understand.
yeah, now here's the thing. Photoshop's been doing this for a long time.
Well, content-aware fill is different from generative fill. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
yes. So
Yeah.
maybe that's like the
Yeah.
grandfather. Of
I've
it.
used
Yeah.
I've used content aware film.
Indeed, yeah.
Before.
That's
So-
quite basic. though.
Yeah. I
So,
am very basic.
So we live in an era of talentless fucking hacks
yeah.
who have discovered
Hello.
a commercially available AI product and have used that to put a flower pot on their heads and call themselves artists.
Yeah.
And these people are now like, I'm a businessman, and
A lot of them were at our comic convention.
yeah. And so these people have, again, showing so much resourcefulness and so much ingenuity, have
It's just a tool, John. Get
clicked a
over it.
button in a commercially available product and generated a thing and decided to call themselves artists.
That's
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So it's been a big thing this week. This is the hot new bullshit, which is taking the world by storm, where I think it started with the Mona Lisa.
What, they extended the Mona Lisa?
Yeah, where a dickhead took the Mona Lisa.
How far are they extending this?
Well, as in, like, uploaded a JPEG. He didn't have the original.
No,
you
you
see-
can't
hey,
upload. You can't
hey,
upload an original.
Can we see our ankles?
No. Uploaded.
Oh, imagine
no.
that!
No, that makes it doubly shit, actually.
I suppose that's not the
Just do
background,
a
is
full
it?
body.
Yeah. No,
thing.
so you
She's in a
upload.
bikini, like, below. Like,
Yeah.
You upload the Mona Lisa into this thing. I mean, you go like, I don't know. So you've got the Mona Lisa, little portrait, little kind of
Yeah, yeah.
rectangle.
Yeah.
Then you go expand it to, I don't know, the size of a football field.
It's like
or
a
something.
panoramic.
Yeah, make
Right,
it
yeah.
massive. And so they'll upload this one douche. He'll upload these images, and to his Twitter, he's got a blue tick. You know, he's a good guy.
Yeah.
He'll upload his Twitter.
Does anyone have blue ticks anymore?
Only the really cool
You have
people
to buy 'em.
who are definitely trustworthy. He'll upload this to Twitter, and he's got this big image, like this massive canvas, and in the center of it
Is a tiny
is
Mona
a
Lisa.
tiny Mona Lisa, and
Right.
he's drawn a white rectangle around it
Okay.
to
Just
show
so that
where
was
the
the-
original
that's where it
boundaries.
is,
Yeah.
right.
So
Oh,
uh,
And what can we see in this
I bet it's
vista?
all mountains, isn't it?
yeah,
Fucking who cares?
yeah, as in
Because
like,
I thought what you were going to say is that they would extend the Mona Lisa out,
Yeah.
and the AI after like sort of like meter 3 of extending the image would be like, well, I'm running out of what to pull from this, so it's
Yeah.
just going to start doing batshit crazy stuff.
Yeah.
So then like another Mona Lisa appears, and she's like really
Yeah.
small, or like a bat is there.
Yeah, something.
And
Something weird.
then, but it's not so much the crazy shit. But then some dickhead goes, "Oh my god, that's what was there all along."
yeah, because an idiot.
Because
Yeah.
there's this idea that like when you create AI images, you're like exposing what was previously hidden somehow,
Yeah.
which of course isn't what's happening. at
No,
all.
it's like an absolute lie.
It's like,
These are
oh
the
my god,
same
there was a
people.
bat.
These are the same people who say, "Oh, I'm going to make a Star Wars reference again." These are the same people who say, "Oh, how come the lightsaber fights were worse in Episode 4 than Episode 7?" The answer is always because the movie was made in 1976. The answer is always that.
yeah,
It's a really easy
It's
answer.
a real easy answer, and the picture was never there because it was never fucking painted.
exactly.
yeah.
That's
I
that's
thought
the
that's
answer.
I thought that's where you're going to go with it, but
No.
that's not where we're going with this.
No, it's literally.
Oh, I got
like,
angry for no reason.
Because if you can picture the Mona Lisa in your head
I
right
can.
now,
Yeah.
it's actually quite a muddy picture.
It is,
Like there's a
yeah.
lot of blacks, a lot of browns,
Greens and browns.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And so if you extend that environment,
It's just more of that.
yeah, it's just like an endless kind of black brown kind of like I guess sand plain with like a few hills on the horizon.
I saw a bit of this where people were using that same tool to extend memes.
Right.
So you know that famous meme where it's like a guy with his girlfriend looking over his shoulder at another girl who's walking past.
Yeah.
And people always meme that.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It extended it both ways, so we could see all of their full bodies. And the
Right.
girl his girlfriend, who he's not looking at because he's looking at
Yeah.
the other girl, his girlfriend is like for some reason barefoot.
Oh.
It just didn't give her shoes. And it's just like
That's-
just
yeah.
weird shit like this where the
Yeah.
AI is just like, yeah, she would have shoes. They're in the
She's
street.
human and therefore
Yeah.
has
But it's not
feet,
like the
yeah.
AI knows they're in a street. It's just working with what it's got and then just
Yeah.
extending it. It's a bit weird it didn't give her
Yeah.
shoes though.
Yeah.
yeah.
That's
But
a
no,
weird
it's not
anecdote.
even that interesting.
No.
And the really funny thing, which you rightly pointed out, is that like you'd think if you're extending that picture on all frames, you see more of the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
And actually, I'm trying to bring that AI extended image to mind, and I don't.
There's nothing below.
think there's much.
Because she's like waist up, isn't she?
It's,
in
more,
Mona
it's like
Lisa?
it's like probably.
Oh, you're right. It's a bust, isn't
upper
it?
arm.
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, it's she's
But-
really zoomed in.
But she's kind of wearing like a black
Just a
dress,
gown,
isn't she? So
kind
there's
of.
not going to be like
Not a lot
much
to
of
see,
interest. Yeah.
Why is
Yeah.
the Mona Lisa the most like revered painting?
That's a really good question.
It's a great question.
Because it's not that good.
I think you're getting down deep into what is art.
Yeah.
And maybe now is the time to answer that question.
I appreciate
on this podcast.
Could we answer
the
another question
subtlety
quickly?
behind. Oh, go
Sure.
on.
Are you going to have a second beer, Nick?
Probably not. No.
Can I have your second beer?
Take
Thank you. Yes. God
That's a
knows.
more important question.
God knows I need that. But no, why is the Mona Lisa so important?
Because I feel there's a well, people will have heard of this movie because it's quite a famous movie.
Oh, really?
Glass Onion,
Oh, yeah.
Indeed, yeah.
which talks at length, and a lot of the movie is based around the Mona Lisa.
It
and
is
it's about
indeed.
it's about the smile. Is she smiling or not?
That's a
And
famous thing.
And there's beauty and ambiguity and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Maybe it's that.
I think there is
But
some
then
mystery and intrigue. Like,
Yeah.
who is she? Why did this very, 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 very famous artist? Why did he paint of all the things that he is famous for?
Do we not know anything about her then?
Well,
I think there's a little bit known about
yeah,
it, but I don't know.
I mean,
much.
one thing that we do know, and I think this might actually be a factor as to why the painting is really famous, is that it was stolen.
Ah,
Yeah, and it.
by Da Vinci.
No,
to
I
raise the
think
price.
I may have got this wrong. I don't want to incite a war, but I feel because it's in the Louvre,
Yes,
It is.
French,
famous French museum.
but Da Vinci was
Italian.
So I believe an Italian gentleman. I could have got this wrong. This was in the 20th century.
Half-inched it.
He nicked it.
And he sold it to the French. Just all the French.
No, no, he stole it from a French museum
Oh, he stole it from a French museum.
because the Louvre.
Who put it
Oh,
there?
I thought we were before the Louvre.
No, the
right.
Louvre had it. He stole it from the Louvre, and I think it was kind of like an all right painting, but it wasn't considered like hella famous.
And then
he
it got really
stole
famous.
it. I believe in an aspect of going to bring this back for the Italian people.
I see.
But I think all he did was hang it in his apartment, and I
cool.
think he had it for like 4 years
Bloody
before
hell!
they got it back. And when it came back, then it was an element of.
We've got it back.
And I think because
What a huge deal.
because he did it for love, for passion, for the Italian people, it added to the mystique of it. And
I
suddenly-
reckon that's probably the main reason.
And I think it was suddenly that, like, oh my god, this man would do this for the Mona Lisa. She must be like the
Special.
most special lady of
Yeah.
all time. You know,
Or he just nicked a painting.
she's very small, apparently, isn't she? The painting.
The painting is apparently
It's very
much,
small.
much
I have
smaller
seen
than you
it.
think.
Have you really?
yes,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
very. It's like an A4 piece of
Have you
paper.
been to
Yeah.
the Louvre?
I've been to
The Louvre. Is it behind glass and that kind of
It
shit?
is, and you can't get very close to it either.
No.
And considering it's a very small painting, it's like it's like I don't know, like a tennis court away from you, maybe half a tennis court away from
Yeah.
you. And then there's a crowd, of course, because everyone's there
Everyone wants
to see
it.
the Mona Lisa.
Taking pictures, I bet.
And you
Yeah.
can't because it's got anti-flash glass.
Good. Good.
You can't.
Good.
Oh, okay.
Because why are you there taking a picture of a painting?
I know, it's a bit
Fucking
weird.
hell.
You can
Yeah,
Google
but
it,
also,
mate.
but I'm not the kind of person who would go see the Mona Lisa. But if I did, I'd probably be like, you know what, let's get a photo.
Why?
Because I'd be like, well,
Would
it's
you
a-
be in the
It's
photo?
a tourist attraction.
Would you be in
isn't
the
it?
Chuck it on
photo?
the ground,
Yeah.
can't you? Just put it on the ground.
If you're in the photo, John, I accept that.
Okay, but
if
no-
you're taking a picture of a painting that's readily available,
Well, this is my point. If I want to see the Mona Lisa, I can Google it.
yeah, that's what I'm saying.
This
But
is
if I
the
go
weird-
to the Louvre,
This is the weird thing, isn't it? It's
Yeah.
like I can see the Mona Lisa whenever. I can see it right now if I wanted to. My
Yeah.
phone's there.
Yeah.
I
Would
could.
right.
Okay.
Like you've been to
Here
the
we go.
Louvre,
Been
you've
in the
taken
Louvre.
your picture.
Yeah.
You're not in it.
Yeah.
Or anyone you
It's
know.
just a white rectangle.
sure.
You want to look. You want to look at the Mona Lisa. Are you looking at your photo, or
Yeah.
Are you googling it?
Look
Well-
at my photo.
No, you no.
No, okay, but I'm being
No!
No
being,
chance.
I'm being hypothetical here because if I actually went to the Louvre,
Yeah.
I would not take a photo.
No, I know.
Yeah.
We're being hypothetical.
No, but my point is,
We're having fun on this podcast.
But my point is,
Sorry if it came off as being me being
no,
genuine.
no. But my point is, like, if you're already bought into the mystique of going, I'm going to pay to see the Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
She's the most beautiful woman ever committed to paint. You know,
It's debatable.
I'm gonna go see her. I'm going to be
Name a more
captivated.
beautiful woman than the Mona Lisa.
My wife.
That's
Nice, nailed it.
yeah. Crunch that one.
Fuck it, it's
He
got
really
yeah.
won. He won
Yes.
it.
Yeah, but if you're already buying into the circus, why not take a photo? Why not get
No.
Mona Lisa on a keyring? You know, why not get
It's
like
that kind of thinking, which is why people take videos of fucking marathons
Yeah.
I will
that
take
are
your
on the
point.
telly.
Yeah.
I will take your point that the Mona Lisa is a tourist attraction.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
And that really at this point, because it's so readily available on, like back in like the 1400s or whatever, when we all lived in shit huts made of our own feces, the only way we could see the Mona Lisa was by going to look at it. And I'm not saying it was around then, because I don't think it was.
Yeah.
I don't know when it was made.
No, and I couldn't even read. You know.
You still can't.
I
Yeah.
would never take a photo of anything famous unless I or one of my loved ones was in it.
Sure.
What's the point?
What if you could get a selfie?
Yeah,
you,
that's-
you of the Mona Lisa though.
A selfie with you and
That's that's what I'm saying.
and
I would
Monielle.
do
So
that.
you would, yeah.
That's what I just said.
Yeah.
I just said unless I or one of my loved ones is in it.
How is that more dignified than what I'm proposing?
It's not,
So-
but it's unique. This is what I'm talking about.
So, John, would you say that the reason you would take a photo of the Mona Lisa
I wouldn't.
without? Okay,
Yeah. No, I mean I wouldn't.
no.
No.
But you're saying that the reason people might do it
Yeah, because I think
Because they're morons.
because the whole thing is absurd anyway.
is it a way to go? Look, holding up your phone. I went to see. I was there.
Yeah.
I was at the Mona Lisa.
Yeah. I feel like my
You don't seem that bothered.
I know, but I wouldn't be.
I
I'd
feel
be
like-
like, oh yeah.
yeah. I feel like my threadbare argument is crumbling before me. Because my point is I wouldn't.
I know how that feels.
Yeah.
Oh no, I understand. I understand. I understand that you wouldn't.
Yeah, but my point
But
is,
we're
like,
playing
the
out a
whole
scenario.
thing is absurd. The
Yeah,
whole thing is absurd.
everything's absurd.
So my point
If you
is,
think about it enough,
I
everything's
can't be
Art.
I can't be too
Yeah.
angry at somebody taking a photo of a Mona Lisa.
Oh, I wouldn't
because
say-
the whole
no, I
thing
wouldn't
is
say angry, actually.
because it's all stupid anyway. So
Yeah.
if they get there and they're like, "Oh, it's a Mona Lisa," click.
I think it's
Click.
a waste of the time you have with it to take a picture of something that's readily available on Google.
I agree,
Same
yeah.
same
Yeah.
reason I think that people, for example, went into a courtyard during the Queen's funeral and they were very exclusively in there watching something on a balcony, but they were surrounded by high definition cameras. But they were filmed it on their phones. It's like,
Yeah.
fucking hell!
Yeah.
You're so lucky to be there.
Yeah.
Just look at it.
I drink it in.
I do try to live in the moment. I don't take
Yeah.
I don't take a lot of photos. I should probably take more.
I think if you take a picture of something because you're in somewhere you will never be again, fine. But then just enjoy where you are.
I often don't remember to whip my camera out. In fact,
That's cool.
You
There's
whip your
nothing wrong
dick
with
out
that.
when your camera
Oh, my
will
dick's
be
always-
up.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
got it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere special.
But, like,
you
if
gotta
I
whip your dick
went-
out.
Fifth member of Big Punch.
if I went to an exhibition, let's say I loved the Mona Lisa, I might buy a print in a gift shop,
Oh, sure.
hang that in my house,
Why would you though?
because then I can always see the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, but I could Google and but
then it's like then it's on my wall.
you could print it out though.
I could print it out. It'll probably be a bit of shit.
You could say to someone, "I stole the Mona Lisa."
I could do that.
To be honest, I think the only way anyone can really
That's what
make
that
them-
Italian guy did. He
Yeah.
just got a poster in the gift shop.
I'm kind of on
What
this
a fucking
guy's side
hero.
now.
Yeah, yeah.
because you just blasted me for getting a print, which is
Yeah.
fair enough. So now I think the only recourse is that I go fucking
Yeah,
steal the Mona Lisa.
I'm coming around to it. It's gonna- no photos.
This is
do,
where
yeah.
no photos.
This is where this has
No-
all been leading.
no
We're gonna go
print.
steal the Mona
Guys,
Lisa.
Guys, it's heist time.
It's
Yeah.
heist time.
It's time to heist.
Yeah.
You, me, me, you, and me, and the Mona Lisa. We all go and steal the Mona Lisa.
Road trip.
Let's go, Louvre.
Do you know what a very common anti-theft device is?
No,
Paint.
Marbles.
Oh.
marble.
Yeah, but it sounds like it's so low tech. They just fill the back of a frame with marbles.
So
What do you mean?
So if you go to like rip a painting, off the
Oh,
wall,
I see.
They all
like
fall everywhere.
1,500 marbles fall on the floor.
That's clever, actually.
That is quite.
I mean,
Yeah.
if there's no security, you can still leg it, but it's very.
you might trip up
noticeable.
on the marbles.
Yeah, it's very
You
noticeable.
might, you might. If Home Alone has taught us anything,
Yeah.
you might trip up on the marbles, and everyone will look at you and
Yeah.
go, "Oh, that's that one."
But also, now that you say it, I kind of want those marbles.
Yeah.
I bet they're very valuable marbles.
I don't want to lose the marbles.
Imagine if you had one of the marbles that's been sitting behind the Mona Lisa for.
Now you're talking
decades.
about something I give a shit about.
I take a picture of that.
Tell you what,
Yeah.
let's
No one
not-
could take a picture of that. and
Let's
that's
not
why I
steal
should be
the
taking a
Mona
picture of
Lisa.
that.
Let's get in there and
Get the
steal
marbles.
one marble
Get the
from the
marbles.
Mona Lisa's frame.
Probably more valuable.
Probably more valuable.
Because we're getting into the realm of like, I don't want to say NFTs, but like we're getting into the realm of you've got something which is so valuable. If we go, guys, we've got a big client. You know, we're gonna steal.
What do you mean? What do you mean? A big client?
Well, he's asked us. He wants
the Mona Lisa.
He wants the Mona Lisa.
That's right.
We're gonna steal the Mona Lisa.
Right.
You can't fucking sell it
You can't. No.
What's the client paying?
a lot.
Okay.
Probably
Yeah.
not as much as it's worth.
But if
Yeah.
we stole, I don't know, some of the crown jewels, you could steal, say, the heart of Africa, one of the many diamonds we stole from Africa.
Yeah.
Like massive, like fist-sized diamond.
Yeah.
You can't sell that. But if we took a hammer to it, we could sell 100
loads of little
smaller
diamonds.
diamonds.
That's true.
You can do that.
That's good thinking.
Yeah, because
we take a hammer to the Mona Lisa.
Yeah, sell
Make 100
smaller
tiny
papers.
Mona Lisas.
Oh yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, that or one of the marbles from the back of it.
One of the marbles would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'd rather that. I think. What are we talking about?
I think I was shutting up. And
Oh, AI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, damn that AI.
Fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the best comment I saw on it is that the people using this technology fundamentally don't understand what art is or how it works.
That's true.
In any way.
No.
Plus,
But that won't matter.
doesn't give women shoes.
Yeah.
That's the biggest takeaway.
No, it's true.
Doesn't give them shoes. If we extended the Mona Lisa downward,
She wouldn't be wearing shoes.
she wouldn't be wearing shoes.
What if it extended the Mona Lisa downwards and it was just like, 3 feet?
Then I'd throw up.
Yeah.
And not because of tiredness this time, but because of body horror.
Yeah. Yeah, that'd be weird, wouldn't it?
I don't like that. I don't like what you just said.
No.
Really at all.
Yeah.
Rev?
Yeah, I got hate. Yeah.
Take us home.
Yeah. So my hate is not knowing when to go for the hug.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
No, I've been there.
I've been there recently.
No.
Which is why. So one of the things we did do over the last couple of weeks, which I didn't mention earlier, because it's part of this.
Oh, I
Gambit.
see. I
This
see.
is part of the show now.
It's not that noteworthy apart from what happened. We went to see the midwife because obviously we're expecting a child.
Oh, sorry. I honestly thought that was a play.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
honestly
what do you
thought
mean?
you were talking about a play. We went to
But
see,
you've gone
we
to
went
the
to see
theatre.
the
Oh,
midwife.
like call the midwife. Like
Yes,
BBC.
but I thought the midwife was
no,
a
we
play.
went, no, we
you
went to see our midwife.
Okay, is that a play?
It could be,
Okay.
but in this scenario, no.
No.
Our midwife we went to see for our 3-weekly appointment.
Sure.
How's she doing?
She's all right. Yeah,
cool.
yeah, she's fine. Yeah, sends the best. And we were just talking to her about this, that, and the other, and she just sort of went to hug Liz and just went, "Oh, good on you," and all this. Just
Good on you. She
Well, it
sees
was-
100
not about that. We were
women
telling
a
a very
day.
specific story,
Yeah.
and she was just like giving
Yeah.
Liz a hug.
Oh no.
Yeah.
I'm gonna curl up and die. I think in a minute.
She gave Liz a hug, and I was sitting next to Liz. in the chair right next to her.
Oh, no.
And I was holding because we get like, given a baby folder when you're pregnant that has various booklets and things in it that they have to write in as you progress through your pregnancy journey.
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
So I thought I'll be a good husband, right? And I'll hold the folder for Liz because she's pregnant in that.
She
Yeah,
is
she's very
pregnant.
She shouldn't
yeah,
be lifting.
yeah.
She shouldn't be lifting papers.
Heavy shit.
Yeah.
No.
So so she stopped hugging Liz and came to me with her arms out, and I because she just hugged Liz, started extending my arms.
Yeah.
So I thought, oh, she's gonna hug me to like congratulate me because I've done well.
You have done well.
you are
a
real
good
hero.
boy.
I've done
Yeah,
all right.
yeah,
you
you've
know.
done great
I
work.
deserve,
You're working hard.
You probably deserve one hug.
Yeah. So I thought, oh, is she? I didn't want the hug necessarily, but I was like, is she going to hug me? So I started the motion,
Oh,
and
no.
before I knew it, she'd grabbed the folder from my lap and sat back down. So I was just
Oh,
like,
that's brutal.
I mean, I was milliseconds away from like making contact there,
full on grab.
full on hug, and that would have been awful. And I think she knew that, and she sort of sat down before it was too late, and I was just like, thank God.
That's
But I was very, very close
That-
to hugging our midwife, and I did not enjoy that. And it just reminded me of some other times that it's happened because it's not the first time.
I'm very
once
bad at remembering that hugging is a thing.
Yeah.
And like some people are big huggers. Like whenever we arrive, we hug, and then whenever we leave, we hug.
Yeah,
And it doesn't occur to me.
but not everyone is. Not everyone is a hugger.
No, I'm not against a hug.
I'm a hugger.
I just don't think of it.
I'll give people a hug, but I think especially since COVID as well,
Yeah.
people are unsure. People are like, do you hug or you don't? No one really goes to do it anymore as much as they used to.
Not as
It's
bold.
less natural now.
Yeah.
You tend to just wave at someone,
Yeah.
and even a handshake or anything like that.
Or like a salute.
a
Not
salute
Nazi
or
one,
anything like
but
that, and you're just
a normal
like,
salute.
fucking hell.
Just a thumbs
This is
up.
so stressful now.
Yeah, exactly.
But
So many
before-
options.
Like with work, we used to travel up north quite a lot. We had an important client up north, and someone left, and so they were slightly in the shit. So we went up there, me and a colleague, and they were so pleased to see us because we were like the constant helping them out.
Yeah.
That they all hugged us.
Right.
So that was nice, and we were
That's
just like,
nice.
"Oh, lovely,
That's
lovely,
lovely.
lovely,
Yeah,
lovely,
that's
lovely,
really
lovely,
nice,
lovely,
yeah.
lovely." Then the next meeting, they'd all been promoted to like positions because this person left, and I turned up, and because they'd hugged us last time, went for the hug. went for the hug. And they went for the handshake. They all went for the handshake.
Because now they're professionals.
Because now they don't.
Oh,
Now
they're better than you.
Yeah.
They think they're better than you. Yeah.
I think that's gas.
I think
that's
you're
that's
right.
on them.
Yeah, you
That's on them.
Justified.
Yeah.
And I just went, oh, went for the hug. And they were like, yeah.
We can't
Yeah.
hug now.
We can't hug now because we're professional.
That's the way it seemed.
They hugged you when they were in
in
shit.
desperate need. They
Yeah.
needed us.
Oh,
yeah,
that's bullshit.
That was awkward, though. I think about that. And it's just reminded me, last week's encounter just reminded me of, oh, yeah.
This is the kind of shit that like you'll be lying in bed at like 1:30 in the
that
morning.
probably the recipient or the person on the other end will never remember and
No.
has no recollection of. But you
because
think
it wasn't awkward for them.
you think, Jesus Christ, that was awkward.
I'm an idiot.
And it's one of those things that will keep popping into your head the next time it happens as
And it
well.
will never go away.
It's an awful, awful feeling.
Yeah.
I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. No,
I went to hug someone once. I'm getting flashback now.
Yeah.
And,
This is what I was hoping for.
And this is like because I never go for it, right? But I hadn't seen her in a long time, and it was probably made awkward by the fact that she was a lady at the time,
Yeah.
anyway. And I was like, "Oh, I know. I'll be that guy. I'll be the guy who's like, hey, it's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. I'll give you a hug." And she did this weird thing where I don't know whether it was just that because I went in way too bold. And it was like she didn't want it, but she didn't know what to do, so she just turned around.
Oh, no.
So I just ended up kind of half hugging her from behind.
Oh, no.
kind of, but then I immediately sort of like bailed on it midway through. So it was this weird half hug of her back.
Yeah.
It was so bad.
Yeah,
it's
that's
so bad. And I hadn't actually thought about that for years, but now I'm thinking about it again.
See,
So
now
thanks
you're
for that.
cringing.
Yeah, that's painful. That one.
I remember when it's not quite a hug, but I remember when I started uni in the ancient days of 2004.
Sure.
That's a long time.
40. And back in the day, I started to learn to like shake hands. Like,
Yes.
hello,
Hello, I'm John.
How do you
Hello,
do?
I'm Martin.
Hello.
Nice to meet you.
But
Yeah.
what's
Good
but,
old
but
Martin.
I was also discovering that there were cooler ways.
Oh, you can do that. You can
Yeah,
do
you
the
could
old,
do the sort of
Well, you do
hand
like the
clasp.
You do like a clasp.
And
Yeah.
then you can lean in. You take the clasp and lean in
Yeah.
and take a
Oh,
shoulder.
I do that. Yeah, I used to do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah,
Or
you
did
can
you
do
like
that.
a fist bump?
Yeah,
sort of
fist bump's
thing?
pretty
Yeah.
cool. That's pretty sick.
Yeah.
I remember one
Pretty lit.
awful encounter.
Oh no.
It's
where-
all coming now, see?
It's
This
all
is
coming
what happens.
out of us.
Where there's a guy, he was a really, really cool guy. He was a really, really nice guy. And I went to say hello. And I went for the handshake.
Oh, no.
He went for like a kind of
Cool grip
clasp.
thing.
I don't know what he did. But all I remember is that like we just kind of met halfway and I just ended up kind of like caressing his hand and I was like yeah, hey.
Oh.
Yeah, like, good. Yeah, it was so awkward.
That's painful,
Yeah,
that
it was
one.
so
That's
awkward.
rough.
Yeah.
On the other
Rough
side of the
chuckles.
coin, there must be ones that have it's happened to us, but we don't remember them because we weren't on the cringe side.
Oh my god, that's so true.
I'd love to know those kinds of stories.
Yeah, write in if you've ever hugged us.
If you ever hugged us and it was really awkward.
And it was awkward for you, but not. But
Yeah.
like,
But we don't remember.
because we don't really care about you. If you're a listener, we
Yeah.
don't really care.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I
There's bound to be something like that.
I try very hard to respect because generally
to respect you,
your fellow
you stopped
men.
after respect.
you stopped. That's probably the most pivotal part of that sentence. really.
conventions. We meet we see a load of people. Some of
We
whom we haven't
do.
seen for a very long time, and like
But some of them go for the hug. you
Well,
see.
well,
indeed.
here's the thing, yeah.
But my point is like I try to respect people's personal boundaries, but also it's like if I feel,
But also, I really want to hug them.
but it's like if it's in the air,
I wanna
and
touch
can feel
them.
it, and I can feel the signs are
But
right.
you have a split second where you're not sure.
I want that
Always.
hug. Yeah, I want that hug.
Always.
Yeah,
It's a bit like when you're walking past each other, do you turn in?
yeah,
Kind of thing. Because like
Yeah.
at the show we've just done, I'd seen one of our artist friends. We'd had a chat and everything. She'd come by the table and she went on. We'd had a long chat and caught up and everything. And then I saw her again on the way to the loo. And I was walking down a corridor. She
Oh,
was
I
coming
hate that.
towards me.
That's awkward.
And I was just like, hey. And she was like, hey. And then she turned to keep a conversation going. But I just carried the fuck on.
Yeah.
And then I sort of looked back and she did this really awkward, like, as if to say, like, she hadn't even turned in at all. But like, I knew that she had.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I thought I was kind of like saving her the effort of needing to have to talk to me again because we'd literally just talked
Maybe
earlier.
she wanted to say something.
and that's
then.
rough.
Maybe
and
she
it-
did.
and especially when you're holding in a 5-alarm shit. You know, that's like.
Yeah. That's,
I'd just done my 5 alarm.
Good
She
to
was
see-
probably holding
yeah,
one in. Yeah.
good to see
imagine
you,
being
yeah.
stopped on your way, to do that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. I didn't really think that talking outside the toilet was really the right place to like catch up. Plus, we
No.
already caught up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's that.
So I don't know why she turned in. Really, I actually think she was in wrong. I think it's the children who are wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
fair point.
well, I think so.
It's
I
very
think it can be very awkward all the time with these kinds of
I hate
things.
all of this.
I believe
It's
in
an
it.
absolute maze.
It really is.
Yeah.
So yeah, there
I
you go.
thought when you were like, I was holding you were starting to describe what you were holding. I thought,
baby.
I thought you were holding like a plastic baby.
Yeah, I thought
yeah,
it was going to be a doll of some kind.
No, I was just holding a folder.
Yeah,
But it was a very genuine. Is she going for the hug here?
because if you were holding a little dolly,
I have done that over the last few weeks.
and she comes at you with her arms, you'd probably have thought, "Oh, she wants the doll."
Yes.
But because it was papers.
Yeah.
That muddied
Yeah.
the water.
Yeah, and the fact she just obviously hugged Liz.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a big part.
Yeah.
Which I also think is wild.
I think she did it on purpose.
Yeah.
I think she's fucking with you.
Yeah.
I do.
She probably was.
Now, admittedly, you and Liz you've had an interesting few weeks. Lots been
Sure.
happening.
Yeah.
But I do love the idea of a midwife going like, "Oh, you're having a baby? Oh, fucking good
Oh,
on
Yeah,
well
yeah,
played.
yeah,
yeah.
Never
Yeah.
seen that before.
Good
Yeah.
on you.
Yeah, it's her first.
Yeah. Well, we've been telling her about our last few weeks, so that was why she
Yeah,
hugged her.
sure, yeah.
So that was all good. I was like, oh, that's a nice moment.
yeah.
I
then-
want a slice.
And then it just did I?
Oh, yeah, you're part of the equation.
Did I?
You deserve a slice.
Did I?
You said I've had a rough couple of weeks as well.
It's been tough for you.
Has it?
I mean, not as much as
No,
Liz.
she didn't think so.
You'd be like,
She just
I
wanted the
definitely
folder.
didn't. She
You'd be
wanted
like, I could
that
do the
folder.
hug. You know.
No, I'm all right.
Okay.
No, I'll pass.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
We don't really hug. We see each other too regularly to hug.
That's another thing.
People only hug when they've not seen each other for a while.
I think that's a fair point. Like, I don't think you.
I don't need to hug you every day.
Can't remember the last
I
time
give.
I hugged you.
No, we don't need to do that.
No.
I give Liz a hug most days,
Yeah.
if
that's
not
nice.
every day. I
Yeah.
would say.
That's
I-
nice.
I'm just jumping ahead. Are we gonna hug?
No,
At the end of this?
no,
at the
No,
end
we're
of
not
this
going to
session?
hug. No.
No.
no. I wouldn't have thought so.
No.
No, don't.
No,
No.
we were reason to.
That would be really weird.
Yeah, I think
No.
we've said everything we need to say to each other
Yeah.
a long time ago.
Oh,
so.
years ago.
Yeah, years ago. Yeah.
I've got nothing more to say, really.
Yeah.
Who's got a love? That's all I'll say.
I guess it's on me, isn't it?
I guess it's on Nick.
I love smelling like a lady.
Is that a question?
No. I bought some ladies' deodorant.
Oh,
Because,
deliberately?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, well, I ran out of deodorant while I was at this show in London.
yeah, right.
Literally on the way, I realised that
That's a
my
night- that's a
deodorant
nightmare.
was empty, and I needed to. So we stopped at the service station. I was like, "Haha, perfect, WH Smith's. I'll buy a deodorant here.
Yeah.
no worries. I like mine spray
Sure,
can.
yeah.
Loads of deodorants on offer, men and women available. Like all options catered for, you
Yeah.
know, and in between as well. Everything there on the shelves.
Yeah.
But when it came to spray, there
Only
was
ladies.
only ladies, and it was
You
like
didn't want to get a roll one.
didn't want to.
Fine.
No, wanted to spray.
Yeah.
Wanted to spray myself. I like it. It feels freshening.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
And
I'm
there
with
was
you.
Nivea black and white, right? And
Right.
the power of it is apparently that it doesn't leave stains on your black dress.
Good.
Your little black dress. And it even had a little logo of a black dress on the can.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, how different can it be? I mean, it's really just deodorant, right?
Yeah.
You know? And it's like, I'm sure that the marketing bros are all like, this is a feminine smell and this is
Sure.
a masculine smell. But I don't believe
Who
that
cares?
shit. Yeah, who cares, man? It's just deodorant,
We
man.
all smell,
Yeah.
so
But I might keep buying this. Right, because not only is
Are
it
you wearing
probably
it now?
yeah,
Oh yeah.
not only is it the best deodorant I think I've ever bought. Yeah, that smell, that buttery masculine husk.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. I was gonna make a joke, but like, it doesn't smell.
Doesn't smell too bad in
It doesn't
here.
smell terrible.
That's bad because that means it's mostly me. That's what we're learning from this. Typically, when the room smells bad.
No, I smell all right.
No, I smell incredible actually.
Yeah.
And it's like I suppose this is the kind of fragrance that wouldn't normally be attached to a male deodorant,
Okay.
right? I don't know whether that makes it
Do you
inherently
know what the
effeminate.
fragrance is?
No, it doesn't say anything on it at all. But like, if you use like, I normally use Sure 24 hour,
Yeah.
right? And it's got a very like almost metallic like sports car smell.
Oh, it's going for man
It
flavors.
fucks
yeah.
a little bit, and
Yeah.
it's got a cut.
It
So it's
smells
got a
like-
blade.
It really thrusts.
It really thrusts.
Yeah, it smells
Yeah.
like a 5 o'clock shadow.
Yes.
and
Yeah, it smells like a
wood chip.
a Porsche's hubcap.
Yeah.
You know, like it
Yeah,
it
yeah.
smells like
The inside of a bevel.
yeah,
Yeah,
it smells like a Leatherman pair of pliers.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
that sort of shit.
I've got
yeah?
you. Like
And this smells
Like
The
a-
underside of a saddle.
yes,
Yeah,
a tire and a kebab, that kind of thing. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Whereas this smells nice. This actually smells good.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And also works
Yeah.
as a really good
Yeah.
deodorant. And I have no black marks on my black dress.
No, that's
Yeah.
which is amazing.
That is good news.
And it smells like a mahogany shoe mold.
Yeah.
You know, like that sort of thing.
I kind of want to know what officially it is. I don't want to smell you.
You know, like
but I want to know
laundry.
officially what it is.
You know, like laundry. What is it called? Like the
Detergent?
stuff. No, the stuff that you add to make your stuff smell nice, like
conditioner.
Yeah, sure, that sort of thing, like the Lenore
fabric softener.
Fabric softener. That's the one.
Yeah.
That's the word I was looking for. That sort of smells typically like just nice. But it doesn't have like it doesn't smell like like a hubcap or a tire in a kebab.
The usual ones are what, like
spring breeze,
that kind of thing,
ocean flow or whatever,
fucking lemon or that kind of thing.
Fucking lemon,
yeah. More fucking lemon on the laundry.
And isn't it weird that with fabric softener we're like that's like gender free. Like men and women can wear these fabric softened clothes, but then when it comes to like deodorants, those same fragrances are now limited to just the lady smell.
Well, there's certain smell. Well, you mentioned cleaning. There's certain smells that we think are just mean clean.
I know,
like lemon.
Yes.
Mint.
Yes.
We
associate these with clean.
You don't tend to get like bacon.
No.
It's like, wash your floor with your
Would I like my clothes to smell like bacon or not? That's a good question.
There was a Lynx leather, wasn't there?
Yeah.
There was a Lynx chocolate.
There was a Lynx chocolate.
Yeah, I don't want to smell like chocolate.
I don't want to smell
it turned out nobody did because they stopped selling it after a while.
But like, I guess the weird thing with Lynx is, what does Africa smell like?
Definitely smells like Africa.
Well, it definitely doesn't smell like that.
It smells like a boy's changing room.
Yeah.
The thing is with Lynx, and I used to wear Lynx.
I used to wear Lynx,
as a teen.
Because it was cool.
It didn't stop you sweating.
No,
at all.
I don't think it was a deodorant. I think it was literally just a fragrance.
But isn't
I've been doing this all wrong.
A deodorant is different to an
antiperspirant.
And I couldn't tell you how.
Yeah.
But they all had different
Well,
words.
I always assumed Lynx would stop me sweating.
Yeah.
Which it didn't.
One of them literally plugs up your sweat pores. I'm pretty sure that's what a deodorant does.
I use what's the tick? Is that Sure?
That's Sure as well.
Yeah. I use a Sure.
I use a Sure spray.
roller.
You a roller.
Yeah.
I use Right Guard Fresh.
There you go.
It's a green one.
And I bet it's like
spray or a roller.
It's a spray.
There you go.
Yeah. But I can't move away from that now because Liz says if I don't wear that, I don't smell like me.
Like you.
Oh.
Yeah, that's
which is probably true because I've worn it forever.
Oh, that's nice.
So,
yeah. Well, I think I'm on the cusp of switching to Nivea Black and White for ladies.
Has Ali had anything to say about this?
No.
No.
She hasn't said a single thing, actually.
Oh, that's good. That's probably good.
That might mean that it's like, it's so good that it's not noticed, But I like this smell.
Well, it's all
now.
packaging at the end of the day.
I know,
isn't it?
I know.
What is it fucking?
I don't. Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Why is it that like wood shavings and I don't know SCART
Peat.
cables are like the smell of men?
I know. It's bullshit. And I'm going to break this. I'm going to start fucking society right there. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I'm starting with Nivea Black and White.
Take that
for women.
Thatcher.
Yeah. Take that, Thatcher.
Yeah.
And to be honest, I didn't notice the smell one way or another over the course of the long weekend.
No, nothing really good.
But that might be a good thing.
The only smell was my shoes, to be honest.
Yeah, you said this. You said that it would be a pox upon our lives and that there was a curse cast upon your shoes and that we would be dying from your... But I didn't actually smell them once, to be fair. So.
Yeah. Well, to be honest,
why were they bad? They're just bad.
Yeah, my shoes have turned a corner. Like
a stench corner.
For a while, they were fine, and now I have discovered that while they are very padded and comfortable, they are not breathable.
I see.
So if you've worn a shoe for 8 hours of a day, the
there's
smell
going to be a smell in there.
quite profound.
Yeah. Profound's a good word.
It's challenging.
Yeah.
Shall we say?
Can you not stick them in the washing machine? I appreciate not during the show.
No, that's a fair
You took
point.
a bottle of Febreze.
I did take a bottle of Febreze, and I found the secret was to spray them daily, and then leave them to percolate overnight.
Right.
You put them as far... We had quite a big hotel room, actually.
Yeah.
You put them as far away from us where we
down the corridor.
Down the corridor, right
which
by the
helped
front
a
door.
lot. Yeah.
I never once smelt them.
No, which is actually
probably
saying something. Yeah.
Yeah.
Recently, I've been sticking them in our porch, and the smell when you open that porch has been
Oh, really?
a real just kind of
Challenging.
Yeah, it will really make you assess your relationship
real
with
musk.
God. It will really come for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember because I went to Peru.
Did you?
Once upon a time.
No.
Way back in 2004.
No.
And I believe when I came back, the quantity of sweat in my shoes had undergone a curious chemical reaction, which is a known thing, where the sweat had accumulated to the point where it turned into uric acid.
Oh.
So the smell from my shoes would actually burn your eyes.
Wow.
That sounds like a joke. It is not.
What, if you got near it, or if you got They touched you.
Quite close.
Opened your
to
eyes
it.
and then
Yeah.
like dipped them
As in,
down
like,
to your
if I
shoes.
say if you were within a foot of my shoes,
Oh dear.
your eyes would start watering.
Jesus.
That is
Fuckity
not that is not a Bash Street Kids joke.
Well, stick them in the
that's-
wash, John.
Well, we did
Burn them.
I think we soaked them in Dettol.
Yeah.
If I'm honest, and then they eventually just fell apart. So
Yeah, that's fair.
They were,
Yeah.
they were fucked.
Yeah, get rid of them.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Smell like a woman. That's the secret.
That does seem like a good solution.
Yeah.
I've got love.
Yes.
My love
Oh god.
is a solitary shit.
Right. I'm intrigued. And
They're hard to come by.
I'm going to tell you something. It's incredible in a minute, but
we
we'll do this first.
Okay.
And Liz is going to listen to this, and she's going to know exactly what I'm going to say at this point.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Stick a
When you
flag.
say right, I'm going to I'll stick a pin in
Yeah.
that.
What is solitary about it?
Yeah, that's what I'm going to ask. Is
Yeah.
it the makeup of it?
No.
Is it just you tell me.
The environment.
Right.
Is what I'm saying.
Right.
So this goes back to conventions.
Yeah.
I'm bringing it up. So we haven't talked about conventions enough.
No, I don't think so.
So
Oh yeah, not
you
considering
see
it's
a lot.
dominating
You
our
see a
lives.
lot of people when you go to one of these big London shows. It's very hard to get a quantum of solace.
Oh.
If you will. A moment.
That would be really, really good if we had tried to shoehorn in Bond movies
that would
throughout
have
the
been-
episode.
But
Otherwise,
sadly
it
we
just
didn't.
sounds weird on its own.
It's just a
Yeah.
weird, pretentious thing to
Well,
say.
now you've brought attention to it.
Okay.
Like, yeah, it's
Let's
very
go to the
weird.
Casino Royale.
Yeah. Live and let die.
This is the living nightmares. Daylights.
So the last time I looked at your shoes, I got golden eyes. So let's just crack
Yes!
on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Spectre.
Yeah.
What? Anyway,
Yeah.
so my point is, you're not eating great at a
No.
show.
No.
You know,
no,
there's a lot
sure.
going on. You're under a lot of stress. There's a lot of noise, a lot of background pressure,
Mm.
and
There's another kind of pressure building up inside.
Deep inside.
And on the Sunday,
Oh yeah.
final day of the show, day
Yep.
4.
Had you had a poo up to this point?
Yes.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
It's a good start.
I think it was kind of like if we're tallying up the days, it's like day 1, yes, like capital Y,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Day 2,
Capital E?
day 2, no,
Just a
there's nothing
No.
going on there.
yeah.
I did a poo in a hotel room at one point.
Did you?
That sounded like a jam jar full of
about this.
a jam jar full of keys had been dropped into the ocean. That's what-
I honestly thought he dropped his keys. That sounds like a joke. I didn't think he'd had a shit. I thought he
It was like a.
Does that even work?
It was just like a kaboom, sort of like a splash, tinkle, crash kind of thing.
What did you say? So what did you say? You dropped your keys.
it honestly said.
I was just because it's like there's not much privacy in the hotel room either, which is going to play into John's story quite nicely. But I was in there, you were in the bedroom, which is just next door, and I did that noise.
Yeah.
And John was like, "You're right."
Everything okay?
Oh,
But no, sorry, I'm telling like I'm getting my days wrong. So it's like day 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Like,
Big
takes
time
like
poops,
it's happening.
textbook,
It's
yeah.
happening and we're all here for it.
Yeah.
Day 2,
No.
yes.
Yeah.
There's multiple acts.
I've got
on
it,
you know.
yeah, yeah.
Day 3, nothing.
Yeah.
Day 4,
need to go.
we get to the show and I'm like, no action yet, and I'm like, you know what? I think now's the moment.
Yeah.
I feel pretty good.
You want to
Yeah.
go?
And I'm like, okay, if the show's open, got a rare moment of quiet.
Mm.
I don't fancy going to the regular toilets where
Yeah.
I have to watch a man squeeze out of a Spider-Man
No,
costume
yeah.
to have a shit. You
Yeah.
know? I want to.
I thought you were gonna say something else when you said squeeze out. Then.
Yeah.
I want a bit more. I mean, the things you hear coming from cubicles.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, like in direct, like just to.
Or just people getting undressed.
Yeah, I was hoping for a solitary shit at one point, and then a
Yeah.
guy came into the cubicle next to me. There were only 2 cubicles in this toilet, and I was like, "Well, here goes my solitariness."
Yeah.
And I never saw him because I was in the cubicle before he came in, and I left before he left.
Mm.
But all I heard was him shut the cubicle door, and then I just heard.
No.
He hadn't sat down yet. He was getting out of his costume. I think. He was like, and then he went, "You can do this, CC." And I swear to God, he must have known I was there. But like, I don't know.
Giving
Still,
yourself a pep talk. To
He
get
was-
out of your
Yeah.
clothes.
I know.
Not this.
Not now.
Now. But my point is,
What is the point?
well, my point is, if you've been to the Excel Centre enough, you get to know the geography of it.
Oh yeah.
So
there are toilets everywhere.
There is famously a corridor
Yeah.
on the second floor.
Yeah.
You go out back, you have to know where it is. You go upstairs, and then you come out into this very long corridor.
It's nearly as long as the Excel Centre itself.
Which, as we said, is nearly 1 kilometre long.
Yeah.
And so you look one way, and it just the corridor just disappears.
Vanishing points to nothing.
Sure.
Like it's like an optical illusion.
Yeah.
You look the other way, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then mercifully, there's a toilet there.
Good.
And I'm like, you know what? I'm not asking for
I'm gonna
much.
treat myself.
So I'm just going to treat myself.
Yeah.
So we go in, and it's empty.
Oh.
And it's empty. And
Yeah.
I'm just like, and bear in mind, the shit is almost irrelevant at this point. It's just for quiet.
Yeah.
It's just
for
a moment.
quiet, and you sit, and it's just the fact that like for a brief moment, you just go like, oh, it's just peace
It's
and
lovely.
quiet.
Yeah.
Just for a moment, you do your business,
Yeah.
and then you stay for another 10 minutes. Just,
Yeah.
checking shit on your phone.
Yeah.
Because that's for you.
I love
That's
reading.
your time,
Reading
yeah.
on the toilet. I think as I've got older, I've become like increasingly reliant on it.
Yeah.
Just
You've
reading.
got to hatch that man egg.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've got to sit on it and warm it up.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, it's magical.
I'm going to tell you a poo story.
Here we go.
Right.
I'm here for it.
So we another thing we've done as part of our birthing journey. Not that I'm doing it, but is we went to hypnobirthing, which is basically mindfulness for like while birth is ongoing and that kind of thing to help you through it. And it was really good. It was really useful. Anyway, one of the techniques they taught us was breathing down.
Okay.
So, if I take one thing away from all of this, I can fucking shit now. I can shit.
It's improved your power to shit.
My God. I've never had a consistent run of cleaner shits than I'm having at the moment.
What the hell are we sitting on here?
So you breathe in for 6 seconds,
Right.
and then you just do a sharp breath out. It's out.
The shit's out.
It's out. On the breath out. It's out.
So you're sitting on the
Clean
toilet.
as a whistle. Doesn't touch the sides.
Like nothing but net.
Nothing but net.
So you're sitting on the toilet. Who's inside?
2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then shit.
Boom. It's out. Try it.
Fuck.
Try it.
I'm sorry, is that the same technique for giving birth?
Yeah, it's one of the techniques, yeah.
One of.
Breathing down. But the hypnobirth lady, whose name is Melissa.
Shout out to Melissa.
Said you should try it when you're on the loo. So I thought, all right, it works.
Fuck.
Try it.
Wow.
Fucking.
And I invite the listeners to try it.
This could be revelatory.
Oh, it's awesome.
This could be what puts our podcast on the map.
I do it every time I go to the toilet now.
You're like a modern day Prometheus. You
Yeah.
kind of stole that knowledge.
You stole the knowledge from the pregnant lady.
I'm not saying it for lols. It works.
Wow.
Give it a go.
Wow.
I'll try it.
Deep breath in,
yeah.
sharp breath out.
I mean, I do quite like it when it lasts a little while, but I'll also try this.
No, saves time. You can read more.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess.
Well,
Honestly,
blow my mind,
you text me when it happens.
I
Not
will.
immediately.
No, I probably will immediately.
But afterwards.
I'll probably take a selfie.
I remember listening to a very old podcast now, where they suggested that imagining they were Star Trek fans, but they were like imagining that you are a member of the Federation and you have time traveled back to, I don't know, let's say 2023.
Yeah.
And you have in your gut a nano device which will save the time continuum.
Yep.
And the entire fate of the future rests upon you getting that Fabergé egg out of your anus.
Yeah.
They said that is very motivating. That
Yeah.
can be
I worry that would have the opposite effect.
Oh, sure,
And that I would
building
have
that fiction,
performance
yeah.
anxiety.
I think beforehand you would really think you're going to shit yourself.
Yeah.
And then when you had to do it, it'd be like, I can't do it.
I can't get this out.
Yeah.
It's performance anxiety. That's what gets.
That's what it gets.
Yeah.
Goes one way or the other. My love
Here we
is a
Save
recommendation.
Oh,
nice.
We don't do
Here
this
we go, here we go.
I've not done these for a while. It's a show called Race Across the World.
Oh.
It's great. It's on the BBC. So it turns out So we saw an advert for it, and it was a race across Canada,
Canada,
effectively.
yeah.
Which we watched across.
You've
been
I've been to Canada.
We watched it in an analog way, so we watched it week to week. Really, really good. Really inspiring. You hear people's stories, you get to know them, and they effectively race from one point to the other with various checkpoints in between.
Okay.
So they're going from one to the other. The sort of premise is that you get the airfare for 2 people, but you can't fly. So you've got to do it by road, rail, sea.
With the money it would have cost to fly.
And that's your budget. You can work and earn more money as you go along.
Oh wow, okay.
But the only other thing is obviously you need to be the fastest and you need to not run out of budget by the time you get to the end point. So that's the premise of the show. We watched series 3 as it turns out when they were going across Canada. Really good. Really, really, really good. And then we went back and watched series 1 where they were going from London to... Oh, Jesus Christ, where were they going?
Ipswich.
No, they were going to...
Moscow.
No, I think China.
Oh,
Somewhere in
Shanghai.
China.
Yeah, that kind of area.
Okay.
So that was
quite
really
a long
good.
way.
Yeah.
That was that was a long way, seemingly. Singapore. It was Singapore.
Singapore. Oh, well, I watched that dude cycle from London to
That's even
Singapore.
further than China, right?
That's even further than China.
It's souther.
They went through
southern
China.
Europe.
Yeah, they went to Singapore. And then the other one was Mexico City to the bottom of Argentina.
Okay.
So it's really good. I mean, I've never heard of it before this series, but we've now watched all of it, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched it, haven't heard of it,
Why is it awesome?
you learn about the country, you learn
Sure.
about the people, you learn about what you can probably achieve when you didn't think you could. It's quite inspirational, I think, and it makes you want to travel.
Do they travel in pairs?
Yeah, so it's usually a couple or a brother and sister, or an uncle and a nephew was in the last series.
Okay. I've got a nephew.
Friends, it's 2 people. So it's just teams of 2. And it's just them learning to get along. And normally they're estranged or they don't get along as well as they
There's
could.
a bit of a
So there's a bit of a story.
Do they tend to learn something about themselves?
Absolutely. You've got to learn about something about yourself, otherwise what's the point?
Well, indeed.
Yeah.
But no, very, very, very good telly. If you get a chance to watch it.
Sounds good.
On the old iPlayer.
Because I've ended up watching a couple of travel-y kind of videos lately, which have been bike related.
Yeah.
Someone hopping on a bike.
I think you'd enjoy it.
Yeah,
I genuinely think you'd enjoy it.
Canada in particular, because I was like, it sounds like I recognise you've been telling me about it, and I go
I'm sure you would recognise certain areas because obviously I was like, John and Holton used to live there. John and Holton, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I think they started in Vancouver and they went to I can't remember. They went to the other side anyway.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. No, it's enough to make you want to travel.
It is.
To kind of get
And I suppose the point is that you wouldn't necessarily see these things if you just flew everywhere.
No.
Yeah.
You would if you got on the train, you get to see a lot of this country. You get to meet people, and
I think that's the thing, isn't it? Because we know all these endpoints, we know all the big tourist destinations, but no one knows what the road is like, between these places.
Yeah,
and that's maybe where the meat is.
That's it's very wise. Yeah. So if you get a chance and you need something to watch, which a lot of people always ask me, what's good at the moment?
People ask you that often.
People ask me on groups and WhatsApp groups. What's people watching at the moment?
Hey,
why
Chris,
are they all coming to
Chris,
you?
what are you?
Oh, not just on. They put it to the group. That's the kind of thing. And I say, watch Race Across the World.
Yeah.
So there you go.
What's this?
Watch that.
There you go.
Do it now, and have a poo afterwards.
And please shoot it
6
out.
in, 1 out.
6 in, sharp breath out.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
Is that Fight Club?
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What do we think won?
Oh, that's
Love
a
or
good
hate?
question.
I mean, we really all got on board those hates.
Yeah.
At the same time, Nick's hate is bullshit.
Well, yes.
Yeah, and everything about it is an affront to knowledge.
Probably worth just thinking more about it and maybe red-pilling a little bit.
I'm going to say love because I don't like what he's bringing.
Well, that's a direct response to that. I'm saying hate.
Yeah, I think. You know where this is going.
How good does this feel? How good does this feel?
Well, John, I think I'm going to go for hate.
Yes.
Well, that's a crock of shit.
For some reason, that's a victory for me.